So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really, $70? But it's all down to this amazingly model, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, grave danger, I fear, in his training.
buttons. It's time for us to sign off. I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat with the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just gonna look at me until I actually get off the seat. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. See you soon. See you next time.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday 5 o'clock stream, Irish time local. I changed my schedule a little bit because it was just too much at the moment, because I've got to start flying the 737 and learn a little bit about the Airbus, and I've got other stuff on the plate as well. So later on, though, I hope to stream twice a day. But we'll see how it goes, and I want to try some other content, simulated content. Yes, so I'm kind of thinking about that. So if you think of anything that's worthwhile, let me know. We're in Spain, folks. We're in Spain. I'm going to do a flight from Seville to Alicante in Spain, no less. So we're flying Iberia. We got live traffic loaded. We also have live weather. Let me double check that for you, though. Let's make sure real time live weather. It's just too clear. The weather's too good, and it's too good here. I need to find bad weather. We'll get it. It'll happen. So yeah, right, okay, so hello Lori Reaper on Twitch. She says, I'm not going to be joining you today. I won't get home for another hour. Well, great. Well, spend your time at work watching this channel. Happy days. So greetings to you, Lonely Reaper. And also on YouTube we have Clappy D. He says, evening, are you making short videos on YouTube now? Well, actually I haven't made any as such. There's a thing called Shorts trying to compete with Twitch, and I'm just taking clips of my old videos and putting them in just to see what happens, to be honest with you, for shits and giggles. So I do that from time to time. So if there's a funny clip like this afternoon, or something crazy happens, or a landings that's good, I'll put it on, so I don't know how it works. YouTube has gotten very complicated, so yeah, I try those from time to time. Flight Planes, hello, how are you on YouTube? Trits4 is with us, greetings. Hi Gripper and Buttons, hope you are well. A great stream last night. On Sunday, yes, it was tricky. I wasn't very awake on Sunday, I have to admit. Which server? It's always the North European server, Dancing Tango. Always the North European server. So pop on the North European server to Seville and you'll see me there at the gate. We're going to start dark and cold. Let's have a look at the flight plan. So, and I'll come back to the chat. Happy days. I come back to the chat. I would see what's happening. So let's have a look at the flight plan first, folks, as always. Flight plans in sim brief. I've already generated the flight plan. Let's have a look. It takes you up here. I don't know why. A straight line, folks. There's no logic in aviation. A straight line except for the arrival and departure. These are taken apparently from real world flights, and they must have to go up here for some reason. To avoid something, I don't know, but they must waste all over the world an incredible amount of fuel doing this nonsense. And I did study it back in the day. They're trying to get straight lines going. Can you believe it? An industry as complicated as airlines. Now, it may have updated since, I don't know. But straight lines. They can't do a straight line flying from A to B. I won't go on. Because there is no logic in aviation. Here's my flight plan here. It's big, oh god, it's gotten to see. This is why in the mornings, I didn't do it this morning, but I have to start studying this stuff up a little bit, right? And understand the flight plans. But the guts of it isn't here. Writing. So I'm hoping to have a departure, Vizbags 4G, and an arrival called Airstall. I'm just making those names up, so sensitive. And there's all the waypoints in between. So we're leaving runway 27 and we're coming in ILS runway 10 into Alicante. And I'm going to take the tailwind. We can take up to, I think, about a 15 knot tailwind. Difficult, though, to land on that. So I'm going to highlight that for myself. Flight level. Where was that? Flight level. It was up here. It was up here. What flight level does it want us to take? 34,000 feet. See here? 34,000 feet. Okay, so great. 34,000 feet it is. So let's put our flight plan. I've already generated the flight plan. You go up to the top of the flight plan and you generate it, throws it up into the cloud. It says generate here. And you throw it up into the cloud and you download it into your Fenix flight simulator. So let's do that, shall we? Let's go first to our little tablet here. Boom. Come on. And into Fenix. I go steady and I'll go not too fast, but steady. The old checks. I like this checklist I have. It's kind of simplified for one-person operations, isn't it? Okay, so tap to import from SimBrief. Good. That I don't worry about the time. Plus, I've got 9 minutes before my slot, folks. It's terrible. Okay, so QNH is 1020 here. Q1020. Let's pop that in. Oh, I haven't switched anything on at all, have I? Okay, so let's put the two batteries on. One, onto two. External power is available. It's going to be a nice evening flight tonight, folks, because we're going into the nighttime, if you know what I mean. External power is on. Great. Let's get our nav aligned. I'm doing it twice because if you do it twice in the SimBrief, it doesn't take 9 minutes. Okay, there we go. It's going to be up immediately. Now you may think, oh my god, there's a bug. It's all dark. No. By default, the lights aren't on. I know. That must be, you know, very annoying. I'd imagine for real pilots getting into the cockpit and go, oh, this idiot keeps turning off the lights. I'm going to switch them all on again. Maybe it's saving power. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It all depends on the airline. Maybe it's too much for the batteries to draw so much power so quickly. Could be that, you know. Let's get the first officers on because I have the bandwidth. Okay, let's get those lights on as well here, and this one here, and this one here. Go on. So here. Bit of atmosphere, folks, for the lights. Is that as full as that one? No, it's not. Great. Okay. More lightage down here. Let's get rid of this guy. Now make sure my engines are off. Ooh. And into start mode. Parking brake is on. I'm checking all my physical controls here, folks. Yeah, there. That's all good. Got to check here. Detents. Yeah, they're all good. Engines are both off. Flaps are up. More lights, I said. More lights. Oh, this new mouse is very sensitive. When you click the center wheel, it's quite fast. It's quite sensitive, in other words. I've forgotten other lights. Oh yeah, very important. Here. Let's get some lights on the cockpit. That's the dome light there. This light here. That is all the lights on, folks. Happy days. Okay, so parking brake is on and set. Yeah, wipers are off. Well, I'm telling you, they would have gone this before I should have started the battery. Engine master is both off. Engine mode selector is back to normal. Thrust levers are checked. Flaps are retracted and up. Anti-skid is on. By default, that's it there. Landing gear lever checked down, and it is once and twice. And perhaps I'll just give landing gear fuel quantity check. It's going to load the fuel for us in the flight plan. Great. Okay, so battery 1 or 2 is already on. External power is on. Strobe lights on to on or to auto. There we go. ADRS is already done. APU engine fire test. Okay, I can check the engine fire tests and what you know. Check the APU, engine, instruments and display brightness is done. Safety belt sign is to the own position. Oh, there you are. Emergency exit signs, arm. Annunciator lights test. I can test the annunciator lights. I'm not interested. It's a flight simulator. Now, the guts of it, our flight plan. Yes. So going to init. Press init. I've already logged on the Fenix Airbus, and that will download it from SimBrief because you log on the actual simulator itself, on the model, and off you go. Great. Flight number 01. Cost index, we got 99. Just so we get that, you know, we don't spend too much time in the cruise. Should I though? Because that's a bad habit. So go 50. Okay, we go 50. Cruise altitude was 32,000 feet. 32. Let's just double check that there. Let's just double check. 34,000 feet. 34,000 feet. Boom. Temperature looks about right. Get rid of those messages. Clear button. And let's go to flight plan. and load our flight plan. Our flight plan is loaded except for our departure. Now, our departure, click here. Departure. We are departing runway. Come on. Where are you? 27 and Vibaz 4. I'm just making that name up. Runway 27. Boom. And we're looking for V. When we go down. 14. That's it there. There we go. Easy. Boom. Insert. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. That looks nice and tidy. Zoom. Turn around. Let's get our arrival. Hit on the destination. Boom. Arrival. Boom. We are going to come in ILS runway 10. Boom. And our star. Standard terminal arrival. That's what it stands for. Airstall 2L. Airstall 2L. There it is there. How cool is that? Yes. There we go. Now let's examine that, shall we? So what we do to check it all out is we go up to plan mode up here. We can zoom in and out here. And zoom in out a bit. And let's hit the next button then. Just up arrow. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, very nice. Okay, so it takes it out. Not too bad a turn onto the ILS and Bob's your uncle. Nice one. Let's go back to ARC. Bring it back to 10 miles. And happy days. Inish 2. Like Radnav. Radnav will have our departure ILS frequency in case we need to come back quick smart. Init page 2. No, init page 2. Yeah. 0 fuel weight. So let's load up. Let's load up. Mass and balance. Now we can load up the aircraft immediately, which I usually do. Boom. Instant. Boom. 162 passengers. Got to help them all. Really. You know. Good. That's fine. Let's go to our departure performance. Let's calculate all our stuff and things. Actually, yeah, I was hoping to have the CFG here. They don't, though. So I'll go back to Fenix. 0 fuel weight, 61 point. I'm going to round it up. 61.1. And 61.1. 61.1 slash. So select the format up here. And then we have 0 CFG. 31.2. 31.2. 31.2. Boom. And our block fuel. Now I should do my there we go, confirm block. I should do the alternate. I'm going to work on that during the week. That's why I have those mornings. How we get to your alternate, etc. We did page 2 now. Done. Okay, your page 2 is done. Performance, V speeds, etc. So V speeds are going to be in our departure performance. There we go. I'm going to have a quick look at the comments now, folks, in a second. We are departing runway. Let me just write this down here. I like to have this bit written down. 0. Departing runway 27. 27 and arrival 10. Okay, fine. So 27. 27 surface is dry, flat config. I want one flap. No force toga. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's all fine. There's our weights here. Wind, the weather. QNH is 1020, incidentally. Let's do that now, shall we? 1020 once. 1020 twice. Whoop. And 1020 twice. Boom. Now, where was I? Yes, at these speeds. So, got the weather and calculate. Calculates the runway lengths, the weather, how tense the air is, etc. And it gives us our takeoff safety speeds. V1, V2, and V rotate. So 151 and 152. They're almost all together. 151 once, 151 twice, and 152 thrice. They're all in. Let's have a look at our trim. Flaps 1 down 0.2. Flaps 1 / DN 0.2. Boom. Flexed temp 65. Engine out, I have to learn about that. 65. Boom. Right. Next phase, climb, then cruise, all managed. Descent, all managed. The approach, I'll worry about that when we get there, because the weather will change. So that's all fine. I'm happy, sorry with that. Go back to the main page. Predicted wind shear is on. It's not working in the computer. Cockpit door is closed and locked. Yeah. See? Okay. Parametric reference is set. VOR ADF I'm not using. FCDU altitude. Now, our transition altitude is going to be let's have a look at Navograph here. Alicante. We're actually not leaving here, we're actually leaving Seville. Lima, Echo, Zulu, Lima. Boom, I'm just going to look where the plates. It's in loads of places. But, you know, why not? 6,000 feet. So I'm just going to put it up to 6,000 feet, okay? For now. Altitude 6,000 feet, please. Thank you. And that is speed is managed, headings is managed, IRS is aligned, EFIS arc 1 10 miles, which I did earlier on. Flight directors both onto 1, onto 2. Takeoff, we're going to get the APU now, we're going to backtrack. We'll get this thing started. Let's have a quick look at the comments first. This is who's, oh, there's another one pulling out there now. There was 3 or 4 of them here and they pulled out. It's quite busy here. We'll have a look around now in a second. Let's have a look at the comments. First comments on Twitter. We have Icebird's with us. You brought your doggy to bed. Doggy's outside chasing rabbits. She'll come in when she chooses, you know. Producer Buttons will come in. Iceberg, so you have a good landing. So you may have a good landing, I should do. Maybe good advice for me. The before powering checklist should be done before the powering of the plane. I know that, yeah. I just wanted to get the flight plan in, so. I know, because the speed wipers, you know, could be on. Or the wipers could be on, or I know that, I know. Otherwise, someone could be hurt when you the flaps go up. When you don't, I know, I shouldn't have powered it up first. I'm just being lazy. I will, however, Iceberg, revert to the way it should be done. Do you know? Because I can now. I just wanted to get the flight plan out of the way. FU2 Max is also with us. Hi, Grub, I hope you are well. When you have a bit of time, have a look at this link. It explains why commercial flight planes are the way they are. Okay. I will do that. Let me just open it up here. Okay, thank you very much. There's so much reading to do, it's just not funny. Iceberg says happy days then. Hi all, says FU2 Max, and Iceberg set it once, twice, 3 times a barrow. Yes, I like it. On YouTube then, we have Clappy D, who's saying earlier on about the videos. Flight Planes is with us, Trits 4 is with us, Dancy Tango, which server? That's the North European server. We've got, oh look, there's WAWID Lanka. Rawid Wanka? Lanka, is it? Lanka? I know it's clever, but I'm good. I'm in good form. I'll call you Lanka, is that okay? Flight Planes says Gripper, Route 3 on the sim brief, it's a straight line. Is it? Because I looked at this before. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not going to do it now, is it? Is it? No. I had a look and I couldn't get any straight lines. Anyway, maybe I didn't look hard enough. Are you flying a VATSIM? Not yet. No, I'm not flying Lanky, and not just yet. Not just yet. I'll have to. That's why I have the mornings now. So I'd rather make a fool out of myself online, but it won't be too hard. Look, I think everybody over, you know, because you're on the radio and stuff, over exaggerate. Just do it once or twice, and then I'll stream it. You know. Happy days. Okay, let's get this puppy started then, and let's get backtracked, and let's get out of here. So, before we miss our slot. Yep. Whose supply should be on? Okay, let's get the master on. 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. There we go. Crew oxygen supplies on. I just did it. I can't help myself. I know. I know what you're thinking. They used to be able to put the masks on and test them, didn't they? In the old days. I'd get a swig out of that. There's no doubt about it. It's probably quite illegal. Fuel pumps on. We'll need that for fuel purposes, for stuffing fuel from the wings into the engines. It's quite important. Air conditioning on. Well, we'll just put the air conditioning to low then, or maybe a little bit of this going on. Air conditioning. Navigation lights on. Navigation lights are here. I'll put the tail light on as well. And what's the APU available? APU bleed on. So let's have a look at the APU. It's still kind of kicking off. You know, let's have a look at the back and hear it. No, I think my engines are quite low. Want to put the engine sounds up, folks, while this is kicking off? I think I will. General options. Sound. Do you want to hear the engines, folks? There we go. There we go. That's a little bit better. I can see that looks about right. And we move the camera so we can. I could take it to another extreme and do the actual walk around, which would be just madness, you know. There we go. We'll go on the left engine here. There we go for when we start up the left engine. Good. All right. Let's put on the APU bleed. APU bleed. We need that to start the engines for sure. That's the same for pretty much all aircraft of this type. APU bleed is down here. Boop. External power now we don't need. And beacon light on because we don't want to crush anybody. And start pushback. Let's get our pushback going, folks. Let's get the pushback going. Where's Mr. Pushback Man? Ground services. Call the... get rid of the cones. Get rid of the GPU. Connect the truck, please. Where is he? Where's the truck? Where's Mr. Tuck? He's taking his time, isn't he? At least he's facing the right way. At least one guy's facing the right way. Now, I don't know if this really... yeah, it doesn't really do... it's not like X-Plane used to be really good with the trucks, didn't it? It'll just kind of... yeah, there you go. That's how to damage the airplane. X-Plane used to be absolutely fantastic at this. It's early days, I suppose, for Microsoft, you know. It's a work in progress now. You'll see it'll just jump. It'll just jump now. You see? And it'll lift the gear, I believe. So there you go. I think it's supposed to lift the gear. I don't know. I'm not too sure. We just saw that once on YouTube. Okay. Let's start engine number... left engine first. Number 2. Switch it to the start position here. And engine number 2. Thrust lever not at idle. Oh god, it's not at idle, is it? Wow. Oh, it is now. Okay, fine. Let's get back. Isn't the Airbus great? It's so easy to kill people on the ground. Start, please. And parking brakes off. Now, I'm going to stop him there, okay? I'm going to stop because, you know, we're taking off runway 27. So let's just double check without having to look at the charts where 27 is going to be. 27 is going to be at the other side of the runway. So we want the nose to the left. No, sorry, we want the nose pointing to our right as we see it. Okay, let's go. Continue, please. So you want the nose pointing down this way. Yep. All good. Very nice. Let's have a look and see if the Toby's working. I have the Toby kind of working. There's another bit of software to get that working. You know, I don't zoom in and out and pan right and left. I remember there was some update or something I had to do somewhere for that, and I'll do that if you know what it is or remember. I just can't remember. Let me know. You know, let me know. Where's that yellow brick road? We'll keep going back a little bit. Keep going back. Now return. Oh, we got a bing bang. Novis 75. Novis 75, welcome. Welcome, and thank you for following. Delighted to have you on board, Novis. First bing bing of the day, and I'm sorry, Novis, it did 75. It didn't actually, you know, show your name there. It does that the first time every time. You know, I don't really know why. Stop at the tuck here. We're going to start number 2 now. Number 2. And number 2, we've got number 1. Sorry, number 1. And now number 1 starting. Okay, so get rid of the tug, please. Go away, Mr. Tug. And we'll put the pocket back on. Starting engine number 2. There goes the tug, folks. And see how we go this evening. It'll be a reasonably short flight in that I've got to be quick. There's no real cruise here. It says in the flight plan 30 odd minutes. The cruise. If even that. So at least we get to chat. And I can have a look at the comments and whatnot. Okay, great. So engine number 2. Let's start it. Autopilot set. I have a little note here. Just double check the autopilot. Yeah, it's all managed mode. And of course, FU2 Max and Icebird, who are experts in this, by the way. And good to my trim. Yeah. Yep, yeah, you're damn right. And it was. It was down. Where was the... Is it English? I don't know. It was down 0.2. I knew it was 0.2, but I wanted to double check. There's no harm. I'd rather, you know, down 0.2. Happy days. That'll do. That's about 0.2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll do. A little bit more. There we go. Well, maybe not so much. Okay. Good. And let's taxi, folks. Let's taxi to the runway. Before we start taxiing, I think I'll just put the taxi light on. No, it's a taxi. Turn off lights. And I can do the rest. I'm going to try and do the rest while I'm taxiing, although it is quite tricky. Because you're all over the shop. Let's try that. So, okay, so let's take off the back brake. Let's go. That's a par. So we just a little bit. Now this is default runway, so that's why the lights are all over the place. Yep. That's why the lights are all over the place. That truck is asking for trouble. Lots of trucks driving around, you know, the runway. Let's just hope he goes under the wing. You know. First time chat from Nova75. I hope I pronounced your name, Novus. Nova75. Back to idle now at the throttle. Nice taxiway markings. We're going to go to the inner taxiway. Why do they have trucks at the taxiways? Why is there a truck at the taxiways? I don't know what to tell you, folks. I don't know what to tell you. They'll stop. They won't get out of your way. You know. I'm probably going down the wrong taxiway. I'd say this is for aircraft coming up, judging by the sign. So we go down this way, but I'm going to go down this way. Now I can use Navigraph charts for all the taxiways. You get them free off the internet anyway. There is a runway ahead there. As you can see, runways 27's to the left and 09 is to the right. I'll take a left down this way. Right, as we're taxiing, we want to arm the spoilers. Just pull that up. We want to get a rejected takeoff, which is here. Auto brake for rejected takeoff. That's on. And the weather radar. And we put that on away from everybody else, so it doesn't fry anybody on the ground. Radars apparently, they're very dangerous close up. They'll fry you. I didn't know this. Do you know? I didn't know this, so that's why I put the weather radar on away from humans. You know. So that's interesting. If anybody has any more knowledge on that, let me know. Yeah, all good. So, okay, let's just keep going then. Anti-ice, not concerned about that now at the minute. Flaps, I'm going to put down to stage 1. So that's what I asked for. Come on, group of sim. Is that Ryanair there? Going off there? Yeah, off they go. So, let's get this taxi moving, folks. Let's get this taxi going quick and fast. But this guy now at the end doesn't know what he's doing. You know? He's just waiting there. Hazmat 58, greetings to you. Yes, it'll be ready. It will be really effective if you're not careful. I've seen lads freak out when they realised it was on but never been the unfortunate. Yeah, so that's something new to me, the weather radar. I wouldn't even have thought of that. You need glasses, dude. Why do I need glasses? Oh, after getting stung by the radar, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, what's going on here? Explain, Hazmat. Why do I need glasses? I'm just going to hold here. Okay. Let's get the transponder on. Oh, we'll hold short. We'll do all that stuff now. I want it on before I enter the runway. Come on. Come on. On you go. And the transponder, on you go. So with the TCAS, we got our lights coming on. Take off to nose. Or sorry, nose light to take off. Let's use the whole runway, folks, shall we? Let's hope there's no one coming for us. Let's start the chrono. Well, we wait till we start the engines for that. No, actually I couldn't. Yeah, you're right, Hazmat. I did actually. I just kind of glanced over at it because it's quite far away. So yes, your point would be relevant. Yeah. You need glasses. Yes, it will really affect you if you're not careful. I've seen lads freak out when they realised it was on but never been the unfortunate. I presume you mean I've never been the unfortunate. I don't know what will happen to you. Do you know? I don't know exactly what will happen to you. Waiting for a takeoff. No, it's like landing light, TCAS on, and all that kind of stuff. Great, landing lights on. Okay. I don't think we need those anymore. I don't know. We'll just go, shall we? Okay, folks, we got flaps set. Everything's good. We're going to go to flex and take off. Let's start the chrono. Chrono started. Let's rock and roll, shall we? Okay, so up to about 40% now. At the throttles. I'll keep my view here. Up to power, up to flex, nice and gently. No warnings, everything's green. And off we go. I'll fly the flight director for a bit, reminding myself, I love the way you can see other traffic, look. See the sun shimmering off them. Airspeed's alive, 80 knots now, pushing for a little bit of stick. 100 knots, that's the stick now. 120 knots. 40. 50, V1, rotate, up to 15 degrees. Always goes to the left. Always goes to the left after takeoff. Can't see my control inputs there, can you? Let's get the... Come on, now you can see. Not too much, gripper sim, going up to 20 degrees. Let's start our turn. Get back on the green lines. Good. What's right here? Here's coming up. Oh, good. Let's just accelerate there with those flaps. Power back to climb. Climb descent. Thrust climb is set in here. You see? Gotta make sure those are set. And we'll activate the autopilot. Lead off the pedals. Autopilot's active. We accelerate to shake the flaps up. Gear is up, no lights. Okay. And after takeoff checks. Nose light off. Yeah, so after takeoff checks we'll do. Gear is up. Flaps are going to come up now. What speed can I take the flaps up at though? I usually wait till about 180. Let's see what happens if we take them up at about 170 plus change. Flaps are coming up. Right. So after takeoff checks, gears up. No lights. Flaps are up. Spoilers disarm. Spoilers disarm. Thrust is set to climb. Autopilot's on. Nose light. Comes off. Lower lights come off. And the main lights come off after 10,000 feet, isn't it? So transition at 6,000 feet. Let's get that view outside there, folks. Nice Spanish view. I predict a nice evening landing, folks. The golden hour. The golden hour. I'm going to tag up and see who's with us. Sometimes people fly along, you know. No one yet, but sometimes it doesn't show them. It'll show people far away in the tags. I can see someone's behind me. I can't see anyone else just yet. I'll leave the tags on for the moment. There's the runway down there off in the distance. And we're climbing. Okay, let's say we're cleared now to 34,000 feet. Just not 48. 34,000 feet. That's feet to go. 34,000 feet. Manage mode, please. We're cleared. We want standard. Once. Twice. And I'm going to leave this one at 1020 for the moment. Stand by. So we're past the transition altitude. We're on standard. And we're climbing up to 34,000 feet. Happy days. We're on our way. Let's have a look at the comments. Let's have a look at Twitch first. Why is it like you're too close to the windshield? Probably. Yeah. The reason being is because if I sit back here, I don't want to miss. I've got these damn. Maybe I'll turn off these lights because they really are quite blinding. I've got these two lights. Otherwise, it's too dark. So let's see if we can switch those off. So I have to zip, especially at takeoff. I want to keep an eye on stuff. You know, and that's why I'm close up to it. Maybe I need a pair of glasses. Damn. Glasses. Don't want to wear glasses. That'll make it easier for me. I don't look so dark, do I? It's a little bit more relaxing. Wow. You'll see some streamers, these professional guys, and they're wearing sunglasses. Now you know why. 10,000 feet. Now you know why they're wearing sunglasses. Let's retract those lights there and get going. We can take off the safety belt sign. They can start flushing the toilets if they wish. You know, peeps in the back. Is FS realistic active? Yes, it is. The last few times I flew this, they didn't have the toilet flush on. Toilet flush. There we go. Okay. Well, maybe it's random. Just, you know, for S's and giggles. So we're climbing. We're on our way, and we have. If I go to my flight plan, 330 miles to go, and everything's good. So during the week in the mornings, I'm going to start playing around with the 737 and taking that off. Or should I just, maybe just for a bit of variety, I think I'll kick off the 737, but I want to keep going with the Airbus. I want to have emergencies and stuff like that. I want to have things going wrong. I need to get my hands on a checklist for abnormal procedures, you know, for when the shit hits the fan. We've got flight planes with this Dancing Tango and PJR as well, and probably more. I just don't recognize you. We might get some new people on the stream today. I might do another flight after this. I may do another flight after this because in America now people are going to start coming online, you know. Hey Siri, what time is it in New York? Hey Siri, what time is it in New York? I know it's 5 hours behind, but I'm just too tired to calculate it. Hey Siri, what time is it in New York? 1 o'clock. Hey Siri, what time is it in San Francisco? That's 8 hours behind. 9:50, so it's in the morning both places. But we'll see, you know. We will see. So let's get some. Let's get some more real estate here. Let's get the buttons can for now. Let's clutter down. The time to go, it says 35 minutes up the top there, but that changes. You know, when I get to my altitude and it starts to increase, that will change there. See at the top here, right here. You know, that will change. Could it be that short? Well, 300 miles to go, folks. You know, let's have a look outside and read some more of the comments. I'll just get rid of my face. My face, for the moment, has to go. For some Alicante. And it looks a little bit messy up the top there with the ETA because the time to fix that a little bit. So we're on the way now, folks, to Alicante. Right? On the way. A typical Iberia trip. Not a lot of cloudage in Spain today. You know, we'll have a look at the weather now for Alicante and we'll see what's going down. And see what's happening. Let's have a little zoom in there. That's a better view, isn't it? That's a bit of a better view there. So, AV Connoisseur 787. Why is it likely to close to the windshield? Oh yeah, I forgot already. I'm blind. Maybe if I had a pair of glasses, that would help. I don't know. Let's just see the speed tape and whatnot, you know, a bit closer up. Let's have a look at the YouTube comments there. Rawid Lanka says, how are you? I'm good. Rawid Lanka, I'm good. I'm going to call you Lanka if that's okay. Flight plane Scripper Route 3. Oh yeah, you said that already. And Rawid Lanka said, are you flying a VATSIM? Not yet. Tell me, I presume you prefer to watch channels that are on the VATSIM. That's going to be next. It opens up a whole new word. Perpetual Amiga is also with us. And Slart Barfest. Microwaves are used in radar. It's more complex, but that's the short answer. Thank you very much, Slur Barfest. Bartfest? Bartfest? Slur Bartfest. Let's do our climb checklist. I've kind of already done it. Oh yeah, we'll wait for the cruise because that's when we're getting ready for coming down, isn't it? Yeah. Now we're getting some clouds. Let's have a look at the weather now for Alicante, shall we? I'm having a look at my phone here. It's an app called Aero Weather, one word, as bad as it sounds. Alicante, oh it's fine. You know, a few clouds at 2,000 feet. You know, 24 degrees, dew point 21, QNH1023. Pretty much cab okay. Plenty of air, more visibility. So it's not going to be an issue. We'll have that golden air. So 1023 in here. I don't know if you're allowed to do that in the real airlines, but Dancing Tango, Star Barfest says, don't panic. I shall not. Slotty Barfest. Slotty Barfest. Thank you very much. Don't panic. I shall not. I know you understand. Dancing Tango says, Galaxy Man. Let's go to Twitch. Hasmat's with us, Hasmat 58. Hasmat says, you need sunglasses, dude. I just think it's weird streaming with sunglasses. You know? I don't know. What's the point of having a cam for your face reactions if you're wearing sunglasses? AV Connoisseur 78 says why. Oh yeah, okay. I read that already. Hazmat, sorry Hazmat, you never said that. You should read. Who said you need sunglasses? You did. You said you need sunglasses, dude. Mr. Steve Bukes, Louisiana. Mr. Steve, greetings and welcome on YouTube. Do I use separate chats for YouTube and Twitch? I have two windows open. I have the Streamlabs and I know there's a way you can get both. But for the minute I have Streamlabs and I have my window open for the actual video to see the comments on YouTube. So yes, I do. I have separate chats for Twitch and YouTube. Ah, he's a character from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Okay. There you go. Which one was that though? I only watched that a few weeks ago. Again. Let's look and see what's happening inside. Right. So, our top of descent is here. See that little arrow there? See that little white arrow there? That's our, when we start descending. Okay, bring it to bypass and then apex. We're 26,000 feet down climbing, 1800 feet a minute. Still going. 260 nautical miles to go. Everything looks like okie dokie. One day it will not. I don't know what here. The APU's up. Whoa, gripper sim. Left the APU on. Oh no, I switched it off. Did I switch it off? No, it's telling me it's on there. That's my bad. Okay, let's check what that... Oh, do you know what it is? Let's find out where I missed that, the checklist. That's displeasing. That is very displeasing, folks. Let us get the face cam to see my shock and horror. So the AP wants to switch it off. I just blame the first officer. I should actually be sitting in the other seat as well, by the way. Yeah. That was after engine start. I was too busy chit-chatting and looking at pictures of the aircraft. So the APU is going to come off now in a minute. APU bleach should be off. APU bleach should come off first and then the APU off. That'll settle down now in a minute. Master's off, so no. 29,000 feet down. Still climbing. Let's get ready for our approach, shall we? Let us have a look. See the way it brightens up there. Look, we're looking outside. It's quite bright outside. We can see outside more than inside. I love the way they do it. Now, if we look down, you can see everything quite clearly. I love that. Let's have a look at let's have a look at the navigation charts. And let's see what the story is down in Alicante. Lima Echo Alpha Lima. Approach transition is going to be 6,000 feet. I'm presuming we're going to have a tailwind. Like, let's have a look at the wind here on my phone. The wind is 080 with 9 knots. So we're going to have a tailwind of 9 knots. Fine. I'm going to take that. No big deal. Hazmat58 says, I've tried restream.io for multi-stream with one combined chat. It's very useful. Okay. I'm going to write that down. Restream. Just got so much stuff open at the moment, Hazmat. Got so many other things open. So many things running that you have to boot up, you know, to get the stream going. I don't load too much stuff, you know, but I'll have a look at it for sure. It might be easier than just opening up the YouTube window, actually. Do you know? I'll do that. I shall do that. So our base for the is 3,300 feet. Transition 6,000 feet. I don't need to worry about frequency so much now, which is nice. Final approach 100, 110.3. Let's put that in now, shall we? Let's put that into the FMC here. Now, so we're going to go into performance. Boom. QNH is. Let's get the weather here on my phone. You can also get the weather, by the way, folks. I may as well do it here. You can also get it down here in my flight section. So there's the weather. So arrival 1023, and it has the same change to much. 1023. 1023 is a QNH, and I think I put it in here as well. 1023, yes. Stand by. Temperature in Alicante. It's 24 degrees. Not too far away. It's 3 degrees from the dew point there. 24 degrees. 24. Magnetic wind 080 and 9 knots. Exactly the same as on the phone. 080/09. Boom. Transition 6,000 feet. Brilliant. I'm going to put in the radio here, 200. And that is that. That's the destination data put in. Very nice. Let's have a look at the minimums here. Let's just get a look at this. Let me just go to flight plan first. 200, we've got loads of time. About 100 odd miles, we're going to start descending. I'll do that calculation in a second. So yeah, minimums. I haven't played with this for a while. I have to be straightforward with you. What are we? Are we class? What's jet? What is it? Class C or D? Charlie. 5% full. State. Height 204 feet. How high is the airfield? 142 feet. Okay, so above the sea, right? That's what that's saying. It's 142 feet above the sea at the elevation as well. So the centre runway is 142 feet. So decision altitude. The ILS. What's the difference between this one and this one? Standard state. Okay, I'm going to leave it at 200 feet for shits and giggles, okay? Set altitude, max 180 knots, 25. So we're not doing circular launch, we're not doing localizer out, we're doing the ILS. I'm trying to decide for C or D. Charlie or Delta. Oh, it's integrated into OBS. Oh, Hasman, thank you. And is it integrated into OBS Streamlabs? Once you set and you forget, Hasman, you've been very useful. I appreciate it. Very nice. So I'll play with that. Let's put in 412 feet, shall we? That's our runway vision right now. Okay, let's tell you a bit about that though. I think we're C. 412 feet, I'm going to choose it. Let's go in here then. And have I put 412 in here? Now, that is above what though? Above the surface? 412 feet above the sea, so 270. I'm going to go D here, 281 with the radio above the surface. So 281. 281 on the radio. Boom. There we go. Landing config's full, and that's all set. Happy days. So now all I have to do, thinking ahead, folks, right? All I have to do is get ready for my descent. Now I'm going reasonably fast. We're in our cruise now, so what I'm going to do is we're not going to be vectored in, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my altitude to come down to the base altitude. Now there are constraints, which I'm happy about. I'm going to switch the constraints on now. So I'm going to come under the ILS at 3,300 feet. So 3,100. 3,100. Is set it now? 3,100. That's set. Craig Easy, welcome again. Craig Easy 320. Another day at the office done, and now watching Gripper on in the Airbus. Excellent. Hello from Italia. Good job, says Anglo Zachi. Welcome on YouTube. I'm reading here. Mr. Stephen Bukes is from Louisiana. You're up early, mate. You know, it's early in Louisiana. Hey Siri, what time is it in Louisiana? It's telling me Bolton Rogue here. 12 o'clock. Okay, you're not early. Forgive me. So greet Angelo. Good to see you again on YouTube. It integrates into OBS, it says about there on Twitch. Great. Okay, cool. Really nice. Okay, what else we gotta do here? Not a lot. Not a lot. Let's check our checklist. I've done everything in the cruise checklist. Until we get to our descent checklist, and we're all good. You know what do you do? Talk to the girls in the back. You can't do that anymore. Yeah, you can't be opening the door and having a chat and saying, here, hand me a coffee. You know, those days are gone. That's locked. In case, you know, can we put the seat down here? Ah! The jump seat. I had to put the whole... It's not interesting, folks. But I can't put the seat down. Oh, I've dropped something. Hard to see. Light vest is there. I won't open the actual seat there for some reason. Okay, that's all very nice. Oh, circuit breakers work in this one. I didn't know that. Of course, it's the Fenix. It's the circuit breakers. This one doesn't work though, but these do. That is interesting. Power hydraulics. I don't want to be playing with those now, because I'm going to get airs now. I could stuff up the whole flight. So that's interesting. The circuit breakers are working in a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff the circuit breakers are working. That's interesting. You know, and quite a lot of circuit breakers. I was talking to a guy many years ago, and he used to work for Aeroflot back in the communist days. And he told me that they had to learn to be able to switch the circuit breakers in the dark. So he knew them off by heart by feeling them. You know, they had to learn how to do that in the dark. Isn't that bizarre in Aeroflot? Also in Aeroflot, he said if you have flat feet, they wouldn't take you on. They thought flat people wouldn't stay awake for very long. I believe him. I believe him. Terrain radar on. Bizarre. So, you know, a lot of stuff. A lot of, you know, you need to know what all this does, you know. An awful lot of stuff going on, folks, in these airplanes. It's easy to fly from A to B, but it's all about when the shit hits the fan, isn't it? You know. Let's get some lights on here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Turn that light up here. I like this light though. Is that? You know, what's going on with him? Dome light should be on. The dome light yet? The dome light's on bright. We now have 151 nautical miles to go. So let's play my little game here. So we're at 35,000 feet, 34,000 feet, 34. Right in my calculator, it's just 34. We are coming down to, well, 34 multiplied by 3. 34 multiplied by 3 is 102 plus 10. So we just should descend 112 nautical miles out. So maybe we take the 3,000. So it's the 35 minus the 3,000. 34 minus the 3, so 31 multiplied by 3 plus 10. So I'm guessing we'll descend around about 100 miles. 103 we'll say for kicks and giggles. So when we get to this arrow, which I'll show you here, I want to see how close we are to 103 nautical miles out. So the minute the airplane is just here, I'm going to hit the descend button. I'm going to switch this to manage mode, and we're going to start descending to 3,100 feet with the constraints on. And that should be good. Let's see how close I am. And the AP is off. Horror. Pressure. Lead. Oh, very nice. Let's have a look outside, folks. Oh, it's getting very nice now, isn't it? Very picturesque, folks. Let's get some more, let's get rid of my face just for a moment to get some of that eye candy in. Very nice. Dancing Tango says, flying east, shouldn't the cruise flight level be odd? Oh yeah. All that stuff. Yeah, that's VF4 too. I haven't done that for a while, purely because it's a very good thing to be doing. Up this high, I don't know, because ATC will actually give you altitudes, you know. And I'm only guessing that's the way they do it, you know. It can only be that way, but we used to fly VF4 like that. Yeah, it's not really not a bait where in a lot of countries actually, including Ireland, you know, probably. In England, I certainly would be obeying that rule, I can tell you, because it's crazy in there. Craig says you shouldn't drink vodka. Aeroflot wouldn't take you on either. They wouldn't take you on if you didn't drink vodka, I'd say at the time. And there's their alcohol, my god. I thought, you know, the Russians and their alcohol, it's shocking. Shocking. I think the Irish thing is way gone now. The Irish never really drunk as much as any, you know, the British, or, you know, the Australians certainly love their alcohol. Do some buttons here, folks. But the Irish don't drink any. Well, there is drinkers, but it's certainly not like it used to be when I was a kid, I can tell you that much. People have copped on quite a bit. You see the pubs here, folks. The pubs are empty. They really are. Yeah, if you go into town, in Dublin, into Temple Bar, yeah, it'll be busy in the weekends, but nowhere near what it used to be back in the day, I'm telling you. I hardly ever drink either. You know, you waste so much time being hungover. You know, a lot of time. It's great fun when you're young, you know. Gotta be done. Well, when you get to 30, close to 30, been there, done that kind of thing, you know. Love that scenery, folks. Look at that. Is the sound okay? Ian Pollard, yeah. Dancing Tango, anyone have sound? It could be, you know, on your YouTube, Dancing Tango, you've got a little volume button down in the lower left hand corner of the screen you're watching. Could it be that? Okay, so thanks. Let's see who we've got with us, folks. Let's just hop in very quickly. I have a habit of, you know, oh god, we got to descend. Wow, I was just about to say I have a habit of not descending. Okay, let's begin. You ready? Let's see how many miles we're at. Boom, we're descending now, folks. And it was 104 miles, 105. My calculation was 1 mile out. So I want everybody, give me a like. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, folks. And whatever button you can on Twitch as well. So I wasn't far off the 105, folks. 106 I said, wasn't it? My little calculation there. That's bizarre. Oh, what the deuce. Oh, mother of God, what's going on here? Autopilot disconnects. I know what happened. I bent over there to pet the dog, and I hit the Xbox controller, which I use for the views, but inside the aircraft it'll actually, it'll manipulate the controls. So that's what happened there. So we're descending. Let's put the safety belt sign on. I don't know, Paul, that sure that's whatever they do. make any sense here, unfortunately. Okay, good. Let's come in for a nice approach. I want to get this one a good one now. So the trim is on auto. And we are on profile. See this little dot here? That's we're on our descent profile. There's an aircraft there 8,000 feet above me, 8,400 feet. In between these two magenta lines, we're on speed. All's looking very well, you know. And just for shits and giggles, folks, I just want to do this for memory's sake. Let's say we are now at... Let's say at Astro. Let's say at Astro we want to do a hold. Go to Astro. You go to hold. You select which the computer to hold if you want. You insert that and you see here, a nice hold. And then it'll come up and say exit here. And you exit the hold. So I just wanted to do that for memory purposes. Very easy to do a hold. Very important for VOTSIM. Also, during the mornings, I want to start playing around with alternates. And then, what else? The radio's fine. Diversions. Go-arounds. Yep, you know, and then it's on to emergency checklists and crazy shit happening. Excuse my French. And that's what's going to happen. And that's buttons is here. Producer buttons has come in. Let's get all our cameras ready. And I'm not using those ones. I'm not using these ones here. So leave that one off. And producer buttons is kicking off, folks. She knows we're on approach, you see. And usually she'll jump up on the chair. You know, in fact, I better get this other cam ready. She jumps up on the chair. Oh. She'll jump up on the chair, start jumping around my arm, and things like that. So I'm just twisting the camera that way for your entertainment, folks. So let's zoom out a little bit. Very nice. So we're at 20,000 feet. We've got a good bit to go. And Spain have an awful lot. See those lines down there? Can you see that? Let me speed up the camera. They have an awful lot. Well, that's all to Spain. All that wind power they have. You know, look at that. You know? You know, I'm surprised that they don't have more. Well, they probably have an absolute, because it's so sunny in Spain, they probably have an absolute shitload of solar panels as well. Solar panel farms. So, you know, that's quite amazing, isn't it? Look at that. Now, that might be a bug, I don't know. But I have seen them flying over Spain. And I remember seeing quite a lot. You know? We start counting, let's have a look at the comments. Look at all that traffic up there, folks. That is a lot of traffic. Juicy buttons is starting to kick off. There she is. Trying to hop up and say hello. She's going to. I don't think you can see her with this camera here. No, you can here. She's going to kick off. You can see her tail wagging in the background there. And she's going to start bouncing around the place when I'm on the ILS, I guarantee it. Aren't you? That's the producer, folks. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's my checklist producer buttons. Get on that. Yeah. Now, this won't stop now until I land. Isn't it? She used to get under the cables until last week, I think it was. I took them all off the floor. It looks very tidy as I look down. And she starts stepping in the cables, and she knows what she's doing. Because, folks, this is not about producer buttons coming to say hello to us all. Oh! Oh! It's producer buttons wanting a thing and bribing me, you know? That's what this is about. Yep, I know what she wants. Now I'm going to have to go and get her that thing that producer buttons wants, isn't it? If you sit down here, buttons, do you want a treat? Okay, see? You see? Now, do I have time to do this? Yes, I do. I'm 13,000 feet. I'm going to race, folks, just to the next room and get producer buttons a treat, because that'll calm her down. Okay, that will certainly calm her down. So I'll be back in exactly 38 seconds. Yep. You're going to get a treat there, producer buttons. Yeah, it's a treat you want, isn't it? Come on, let's go. Come on. Now, if you come down to where the camera is and say hello to everyone first. You're going to say hello to everyone? Yes, you're saying hello to everyone. Now, just buttons. You've earned that. Okay. Now, where am I? 10,000 feet. Great, just in time. Landing lights on. Let's do our descent checklist. Let's get rid of this camera here. Usually I will use this camera for the following, but there's no lights there to see the throttles. You know? Now we're passing through 10,500. Okay, big deal. It's starting to relax its descent because there is a 220 knot speed limit here. And I'm wondering, do I have to put on speed brakes? No, not really. We're just going to get, well, maybe I should. 220 knots. It's a little bit of speed brake here, very gently, because you scare the hell out of the passengers, won't you? Let's reduce the brakes. Now it'll get there in plenty of time. Okay, very good. Set checklist. FCD altitude, safety belt signs over done, anti-ice, barometric pressure's done. When I get to 10,000 feet, landing lights on, which they are, and the transition altitude is 6,000 feet. And confirming that with Naviggraph. 6,000 feet. Let's check our radios. 1103 is the ILS frequency at heading of one approach course of 100. Let's check that. Radnav 100.30. 110.3, yep. Approach course has 99. It's always 1 degree out. I don't know why. Let's see. Look at that view. Let's get some viewage in here, folks. Let's get some viewage going. Into Alicante. Very nice. Just having a look at some of the comments here. So can you see the controller there? Yes, you can. Put on some lights. It's a little bit a little bit hard for you to see the controls there, so let's get some lights on here. There we go, that should be a bit better for you. Taking our turn now. And we're going to take a left turn onto the ILS. Let's get the LS going here. LS. We're 18.7 miles out, so we're going to start getting sterile here now in the cockpit. Hello again, Lonely Reaper, how are you doing? Let's have a look at YouTube. I'm going to read from the bottom up. Craig Easy says you can't beat flying at sunset. Absolutely, the golden hour, best time to fly, says Alan Blant. Sorry, Alan, forgive me. Flight planes not on tonight, as I've got to sort out a company's SQL server. Oh, I remember I used to do that, Craig. SQL, yeah, it's actually quite straightforward back in the day. I don't know what it's like now. Hi Grip, just in from work, says Alan Blunt. And how to you, Alan Blunt? I might do another leg after this. You know, I take a quick break. You know, a quick intermission. And do another leg if you're all up for it. We'll see who joins later on. I've never really streamed at the American time, but you know, in America. Hey Siri, what time is it in New York? A lot of people at home. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe we'll try another stream, another leg after this one. I'll take an intermission, no? Flight planes, will I be doing a next leg? Actually, you just, you know, you got me there. Yes. So I'm going to do another leg after this, after an intermission, folks. 5-minute intermission. Do take note that I will do it live, deciding where I'm going to go. Okay. I'm going to do it live. Now, I have to make another break for when I'm setting up the aircraft for another flight. Okay. I might do one of those, but you're going to see everything that I'm doing for the next leg. 5,000 feet an hour passing, and we're 13.2 miles out as the crow flies in the ILS. And we've got the correct identifier, and that looks good to me. It's 40 miles there. We've got a fair bit to go. Interesting. Oh no, we're not. Yeah, sorry, we're here. Yeah, so one turn left around the ILS. We are too high. Why are we too high? And I didn't set the standard bugger. See, that's what happens when you talk. 1023. 1023. I'm going to pass the transition altitude there a little bit. Okay, so it looks like we're going under still. We might catch it. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to hit the approach button, that's all. Then at 10 miles out, I'm going to put flaps 1, 8 miles out, flaps 2, then gear down, and then continue with all flaps on a full flap landing. And then I'll take over manually. Oh, you got a bit of traffic there joining us there, folks. There he is. There he is. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's because of the traffic. That's because of the damn traffic. Easy. Damn traffic. I may have to start flying this without any traffic, because people come in front of me that are on the North European server. Do you know? It might mess stuff up. Autopilot back on. Now, let's feck us up no end. Let's see if we put approach on. See if that handles it. Let's put some brakes on. Thanks for that. You know, thanks for that. No, it's not going to happen. Damn you all. Yeah. We're going to go around last time anyway. So I may have to stop flying online. Let's go to full power. Let's go up to, let's say, 4,000 feet. Let's take a right turn to come back on the ILS. We'll fly manually up to 5,000 feet. So what happens is the TCAS, the aircraft takes over, which is fascinating. is fascinating. So I may actually have to, because that's a real pain. I may have to just stop having people online. Not because they're being nasty, it's just people are flying around, you know. I just have real run traffic. I don't know, actually. That could be just traffic. You know? I'm just upset that everything went wrong. Nothing ever goes to plan. I'm trying to get... Back to climb, please. Jesus, I was accelerating very quickly there. Let's go direct to... Let's slow down now. To FL. We'll go a little bit past. We'll need to descend again. I'm going to start descending again. That was a pity. We'll go down to 4,000 feet. We're slowing down nicely. Flaps and gear were up anyway. Down to 4,000 feet. Take the speed brakes up there now. Speed brakes are up now. Well, I wanted to catch the lovely, you know, the lovely sunset, but we catch it. What's it? F1 something. Direct to F110, please. Go. All about it on. There we go. We come underneath the glide slope then. So just take that as a radar vector. And our speed's slowing down. 14.7 miles away. We're turning back into the ILS, folks. The strengths are on. You do want to watch those hills, folks, don't you? Holy moly. You want to watch those hills. Autopilot's on. Auto thrust is good. Are we on our climb? Yes, we are. This is the Cat 3 runway. We're below the glide slope.
Terrain ahead.
Well, that's quite frightening, isn't it? We're just far too low. So... that's why it had that descent. We're good. I think I would have gone up higher than that. And that's why on the ILS... oh, there it is there. So that's the train. We're miles away from it. Now, take us back onto the ILS, please. QNH. Let's liven up the weather here and double check. Let's refresh it. QNH is 1023 still. 14 miles out now. Running lights on. Let's get some lights on here. That's much better. There's those hills there. It's going to be a very nice approach with the clouds, folks. Let's get an activate approach mode. Oh, it's not. Okay, it's already activated. Okay. Let's activate approach mode one more time. I wait till it's in half scale. I know you don't have to. Oh, approach mode is already on. Okay, it's on now. There we go. Approach mode is on. Oh, it automatically activated. 10 miles out now, flaps 1. For flaps 2, we will want to be at 200 knots. There's the runway out there. Flaps 2 now. And gear down. Here comes the gear. Flat recorder on. Come on, flight recorder. I don't know what's happening in the cockpit. Come on, load up. Takes ages to load. I don't know why. And it hasn't loaded. I could double click on it again. Come on, flight recorder. Oh, no. There we go. Recording started. Flaps 3. Flaps 4. Spoilers armed. Auto brake on medium. Landing checklist. Wrong profile. All looking good. Any range set, constraint set, confirm ILS frequency is already done, intercept heading, yeah, localizer lights up 10 miles, yeah, flaps 10, yeah, then 8 miles, flaps 2, then flaps 2, landing gear down, flaps 3 and flaps 4, auto brakes required, nose light to take off already done, runway turn off lights are already on, spoilers are armed, and landing gear is down, and we want flaps 4 now, so I mean, check this complete, we have flaps 4. Auto throttle is armed. There we go, folks. Here we go, folks. Yeah, so after this landing, we will most certainly, I'll take a 5-minute intermission, get a glass of water, and we'll be ready to go from, I think, Alicante to somewhere else. The nearest airport. Now, if it's too far away, I want a quick flight. I want up and down. I don't need to be spending 1,000 feet to go, so I don't want to be in the cruise for hours at a time, you know. You want to be busy. So, all good. We're flying now for an hour. It'll be an hour, just over an hour. It'll be it's exactly an hour flying time. Okay, feet going on pedals. The wind slightly coming from the left. Autopilot's going to come off. I'm going to fly this in manually. Off we go. Less is more. Yeah, I know. Still inside. Now I've got to remember to take those throttles down early this time because it adds power on me. Very little changes.
500.
Oversteer. A bit low. A little bit low.
100 above.
Don't change it too much. 100 above minimums. It's very hard to fly this update. Now, this is where it just goes up on me. It starts to climb.
Minimum.
Continue. In we go. A little bit high, but I'm not concerned. Okay, outside now. Eyes outside. Visual. VFR. Get on the central line. Grip sim. Take the power. Auto throttle off.
100.
Okay, get on the center line.
50, 40.
Very
30,
wavy.
20. Retard.
Oh,
Retard.
center line there.
I think you can do better than that.
It's very wavy on
Retard.
final. More so. There's reverse coming on now. It's very wavy. 100 knots. 80 knots. Reverse off. And we can exit at the high speed exit. So we're going to park up at the taxi gates. Sorry, we're going to taxi to the gates. Flaps up. We're going to taxi to the gates. We're not going to switch off the engines. I'm going to have a look at the replay. It's very wavy. I used to, you know, it used to be much easier on the Fenix. Let's go to alt here. It used to be much easier for me to land these in the Fenix and land it on a dime. It just seems a little bit to the right and just keeps going for ages. Maybe I have to do some circuits. Maybe that's a good stream, you know. Circuits in the Fenix. Get some practice with the old hand fly. Let's get to ground and let's see what they tell us. Taxi to gates, please. Let's see. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to follow the yellow brick road because. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. So taxi to gate 23. Using Charlie 2, Charlie 1 and Charlie. Acknowledge clearance. Okay, let's try that. Now, I don't know which taxiway I'm on now because it's not actually labelled there. But we're going to take the park brake off. Let's clean this airplane. As it should be. After landing checklist. Weather radar, yes, we were discussing the weather radar earlier on. Want to make sure that's off, although it's not modelled in this aircraft just yet. Where are you? Oh, here it is. Flaps are up already. TCAS to off. And transponder to off. A predicted wind shear is to be off. That, although it's hard to see, is there. Nose light to taxi. Nose light is to taxi. Landing lights off. Spoilers retract and disarm. They are retracted and disarmed. APU master on. APU master on. 1,1000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Boom. Anti-ice required. We have no icing. There's no icing issues today. So let's taxi to where we're supposed to go. I'm going to put the baby legs on. I can't see, you know, where we are. And normally ATC would come on, take a left for whatever taxiway, or a right for whatever taxiway. So it didn't really tell us that, did it? Did it? Taxi to gate 23 using. Take a left or right for Charlie 2, then Charlie 1, and then Charlie. You know what I mean? So that's just a detail there. Okay, so let's put the baby legs on to simulate that. There we go. It's a left. Come. Easy now, gripper sim. There's one of our boys coming in. It's not showing the tags for close up. Now, I don't see any taxiway. There, see this aircraft coming in here. Cool as that, look. That is so cool. Isn't it? Let's add a little bit of power. We carefully going uphill here. Take a right. Very dark. What's just there? Very dark. Where's all those lights? This is, I thought this is one of those cool sceneries, folks. If it is not particularly well modelled for nighttime. Looks like someone else is going into my parking space. No, they're not. And then in we go. 23, I just saw it there passing by on the asphalt. There's that yellow brick road. I'm going to run him over. Yeah. Oh, keep going. Keep going. Come on. Come on, don't stop me now. There we go. No marshaller. Easy, easy. A little bit further. There goes the gate. Right brakes are on. Park and brake on. And there we go. So I'll stop the recording. Stop the recording. And let's see what you all said about that. And yeah, again, you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my landings. My landings are usually very good, but it just seems to be so, you know, it kind of drifts to the right. Then I put it to the left, and it takes ages to start to turn, even if it's very subtle. And then you start to straighten up, and it goes way over this way. If that's like the real thing, fair enough. I just like to know. But I did watch some guys who really fly these airplanes, and they say it's really difficult to land it. Let's see what you're saying. Lorraine Reaper will be joining us for the next half. I'm going to do a real short one. I might do something in Europe, maybe. I might do something like London to Dublin or something like that, you know. But I'm going to use it in the daytime because we can't see anything. But I'll use real live weather. Iceboard. For taxi, there's a helpful tool on flightsim.to showing you the way with the taxi lights. Is that the one I just used maybe? Oh, you have it already, he says. Icebert. See, I'm on top of things, Icebert. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the time so you can see my disastrous landing. But I'm not particularly happy about. I know I've done much better than that in the past. It's like I've lost my skills all of a sudden on these big jets. I don't know what that is, but a lot of guys are saying it's very difficult. Okay, let's replay. Hit the replay button. You won't see the flaps or anything coming down, folks. It doesn't automate it. It doesn't show you a lot of stuff. As you can see on the inside, it's going crazy here. You know? So let's resume the replay. There we go. There we go. So, a little bit of wind from the, I think it was the left, wasn't it? But not much. Not much at all. It's not going to show us here. Yeah, it was 70, just a little bit from the left. Tiny bit. Nothing that will concern me at all, you know? But it's very hard to actually... And for some reason as well when I do this, which is very annoying, there's always an aircraft in the middle of the runway with the replay. Anyone know how that is? Lonely Reaper says, have you updated Dublin? No, I removed Dublin entirely, Lonely Reaper. Is it still crashing for you? Actually, good point, because it keeps crashing in Dublin. We might try somewhere else. We'll try somewhere else. Let's have a look at the comments there on YouTube. Switch TCAS to TA only to stop automatic avoidance. Okay. I think the floating is a known bug that they're working on. Love the gear cam view. Oh, thank you, Laura. Laura Taylor, welcome, by the way. Craig, you could just switch TCAS to TA. Okay. So yeah, I mean, normally it's easy for me to land airplanes in this, but it's just this model. I'm going to give the 737 a go during the week, folks. I'm going to kick that off. See that airplane right in the taxiway there? Right in the middle. It's always there. Always. When I do the replay. And it's very annoying. I don't know why it's there. Here we go. At this point... Oh. It's fine. Oh. Now, taking a right, it just keeps drifting to the left. Oh, I did straighten it up there, though. Yeah, it's very tricky. There we go. That wasn't the hardest landing in the world, was it? Just off that centre line. It kills me to go off the centre line like that. Boom. That wasn't so bad. Let's have another look at that from another angle. Let's pause that. Let's go back a little bit. Not too much. Resume replay. It's a firm landing, but... you know. And there goes the nose wheel. And happy days. There's that airplane again. Always. It's the replay. It's got to be the replay. Always there. Every time. Go away, airplane that's in the taxiway. Just check something here. So we had a TCAS warning there. We had to kind of go around. It wasn't the best go around. I need to see. That's one of the things I need to sort out. Is a proper go around the way it's really done. Not just take it off on my own. Although they, you know. But there you go. Where are the boys here? It won't show you their tags either, folks. So there we go. Alicante, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick. We're going to take a quick intermission. It's exactly 5 minutes. It's my cup of tea intermission. I'm going to run out, get myself a glass, water the horses, and then we're going to see where we're going to go. And you see the whole thing, how it's done from start to finish. If you're new, I'm looking for newbies. That's what we're looking for, folks. We're looking for newbies. So, folks, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll stop the replay. Stop the replay. And, oops. We will take a break. So if you're heading off to bed, we'll see you again maybe tomorrow if it's late or whatever it is in the morning. And we'll be back in exactly 5 minutes. Icebird, again, thank you for your help. As well as FU2 Max. Thanks for your help. I hope you're staying with us. We'll see. So All good on YouTube. Okay, so I'm not going to shut down the stream. Just a quick intermission, folks. I'll be back in exactly 5 minutes and we'll do our next leg. God knows where it's going to be, though.
And now, let's enjoy an intermission. We hope you filled your snack bar full of tasty treats to eat and drink. Perhaps a tempting tasting hotting dog, or a thirst-quenching sugar drink. Some fresh crunching popping corn perhaps, or an assortment of sugar-coated sweetness. Even enjoying a sickness stick. We've plenty of time, so visit your snack bar now. See now, Mr. and Mrs. Barker enjoying and gorging on the lovely treats with their lovely children. You could be doing this too, you still have time. And for those of you tea lovers, let's have a look at some tea-making tips. Yes, the most important tea-making tip, of course, when you have time, is to use the right mug. Yes, the right tea mug is always the right way. Look for the Grippersim tea mug. Yes, it makes your tea taste 20% better. Now, don't worry, you still have plenty of time to make your cup of tea. Mrs. Ainsley Creetrap, what do you think of drinking a cup of tea from the Grippersim mug as opposed to the normal mug?
Lovely. It's not everyone who can make a good cup of tea.
Splendid, Mrs. Ainsley Crabtree. Now, here are the ladies discussing the 6 points of making a good cup of tea, and of course the Grippersim mug will be included. Which number will it be?
Can I remember them? Of course you can. Try now. All right, here goes. Number 1.
Obviously the Grippersim mug.
Always use a good quality tea.
Yes, of course.
Good. Number 2. Always use freshly drawn water, right?
Number
3. Remember to warm the teapot or urn. Everyone knows that one. And number 4. Measure the right quantity of tea for the amount of water in the pot. Very good. Number 5. The water must reach boiling point. Pot to the kettle, not kettle to the pot. And the last rule, number 6.
Here we go.
Let the tea brew for 5 to 10 minutes.
Damn your eyes,
before
woman.
serving.
Grippersim tea mug.
Where does it all start? Sometimes here, with an acid stomach, or here, with tense, upset digestive nerves. It may even reach here, with that fuzzy, achy feeling in the head.
Are you suffering from intermission anxiety? It's the acid tension trouble triangle you're suffering from. Yes, now there's a new anti-intermission liquid, Peptus Liquid Elixir. It will break that bothersome intermission trouble triangle. It is fast-acting liquid, has no need to wait for it to dissolve as it's in liquid form. With unknown ingredients, it will settle acid in your stomach and those nasty intermission blues. Side effect of Peptus may include constipation, skin rash or dermatitis, diarrhea, dizziness, drowsiness, dry mouth, severe migraines, insomnia, suicidal thoughts, abnormal heart rhythms, internal bleeding, cancer, loss of sexual appendages, funny walk syndrome, loss of hair, reddening of the hair, big red nose syndrome, whitening of the skin, unusual voice patterns, childish behaviours, a propensity to blow up balloons, death. Break that intermission trouble triangle with Peptus. Yes, Peptus available somewhere.
Just a minute, folks. Yes, that's all it takes to visit our refreshment counter in the lobby. There you'll find popcorn and an assortment of popular candy bars to please every taste. Try one of these delicious candy bars. Big time.
Ingredients include chemicals derived from petroleum,
Butternut,
preservatives including sodium benzoate and sulfur dioxide, no nuts included,
milkshake,
including wood pulp and duck feathers as fillers,
payday,
including propylene glycol, carcinogenic flavorings, including trace elements of starch, strychnine and lead.
topped with Hollywood's super rich coating of the kind you like best. They taste wonderful, they're delicious, they're nutritious. Get one at our confection counter in the lobby now.
And now a word from our esteemed producer. Such kind words. And now back to our normally scheduled programming. Yes.
I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the intermission. Very good from Iceboard there. He says, do you have an option activated in Flight Recorder AI plane? Maybe you can unset it. I don't know if there's any settings in here, you know. Just record, stop, replay. Do you know, show data? No, I don't know. I didn't know there was any options. It's always there. I've stopped the recording now. Let's see if I shut it down entirely. No, it's still there. It's very peculiar. It's always one there when I do the replay. It's infuriating. You know, first time touch from Sinich there a while ago. Traffic ahead, doing the touch and go as you do. So I don't know why that airplane. It's always there and it's infuriating. It's very strange, folks. So I'll keep an eye on that chat there. Welcome back, everybody, for the second half. Or in-sim traffic. That should be switched off. Let's come out anyway. Let's go to general options. In-sim traffic. Does anyone else have that problem with an airplane sitting there? Let's go to traffic first of all. Aircraft traffic type off. Shown. That's on. Okay, that's fine. Airport density. Vehicle density, ground traffic density. I put that down to 0. Worker density data. Online functionality is on, and multiplayer is on. Real world, live real world air traffic. Let's put that. Is that supposed to be on? Because remember, I'm using the fly-by-wire stuff, right? For the traffic, so it could be that as well. Do you know? I've got the injector running as well, so it could be that. But look, you know, if anyone has the problem, multiplayer off and on again. Let's put the multiplayer off then. I can't get a tag. It's not anyone doing anything malicious, you know. Let's put multiplayer off there. Hit apply. And go back. Yeah, it's still there. Let's put the multiplayer back on again. No, not controls options, scripper set. Come on. Oh, it has to load. It has to load so I can switch it off, go back. General options. We were in traffic, weren't we? And I switched off some data. We want the multiplayer stuff on. Yeah, it's an odd one. Anyway, let's not waste too much time on it. Let's just see where we're going to go to. So I'm going to go to the main menu. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Flight safe. Multiplayer off. Did I flight save it the last time? Yeah, it's still there, and it might be that traffic. It might be the traffic loader there, you know. It's causing that. Multiplayer back on so people can join in the fun. Right, let's just get another flight and we'll come back to that issue. Main menu. I'm going to go all the way back to the main menu because I've had problems trying to do a quick turnaround and it's kind of annoying. Let's get some eye candy, or should I say let's get some real estate back for the moment. Let's switch off just my face for the moment and all the cameras temporarily. I'm going to work out another flight plan. Fairly straightforward actually. It just takes a bit of time. I will do the whole startup again. Microsoft does take quite a while to load, as you know. There we go. And we're missing half the screen. We are missing half the screen. That is not good, folks. Bear with me. That ain't good. That isn't good. I'll have to toy around with that then. Sorry, folks. There we go. Is that better for all? Okay, so just thinking to myself here. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Is that for the whole flight? Bugger. It was for the whole flight. Streamlabs just does funny things to me, folks. Bloody hell. That's from MK12344444. A big chunk of your screen isn't captured. Is that just happened all of a sudden, folks? You know? Okay. Now, where are we going to go? I want somewhere very short and quick. What's the time in the States? A quick hop. Boston to New York, perhaps? Would you partake in a bit of that? It's going to be tricky on all the taxiways, but let's just do that. And that's Boston. I've not done that before. To New York. Oh God, I don't want to go to Kennedy. LaGuardia. Now, oddly, it doesn't tell you the time here either. Which is a pain. That cruise is 21 minutes. That's a little bit better. Is there anywhere shorter we can go? What about Washington, folks? Do you know? What about New York to Washington? That's about the same distance, really, isn't it? So it looks like it's Boston to New York, LaGuardia. Okay. Well, that's it. I can be deciding all day. Screen is back to normal. I don't know how that happened, folks. I don't know how that happened. Okay, I want to write some stuff down now, if you don't mind. Let's get a bit of paper on my knee pad. We are going to Airbus to LaGuardia. Early in the morning. That's that done. Okay, let's get the aircraft in. We're not going to be going to Iberia, obviously. That would be sad. Let's get our liveries going. American. Something plausible. American Airlines. You know, we might fly over the Hudson. Yep, over the Hudson. Good. Let's kick that one off. Streamlabs has been behaving erratically. It seems to be every time there's a Windows update. Before the stream started, I was watching that screen. It looked okay to me. It must have happened halfway through or at some point. But it's back to normal now. It also doesn't save certain settings. It's just acting strangely, to be honest with you. Good. Ready to fly. Okay, so let's get some real world weather here. I'm going to have to start buying some airports at some point. I just can't afford it at the moment, folks. Real time, live weather, please. Please give me some bad weather. Good choice, Gripperson. Oh, yes, that's nice. That is what we'll do. Very nice. And the screen looks good from here. It looked good. Maybe it was just that moment when I went to the ad break, folks. I'd say that's what it was. Okay, so let's get our flight plan sorted out first. From SimBrief, I like to do it very simply at the minute. I'm opening up SimBrief again. And we are going to have a new flight. We're going from Airbus to KLGA. I didn't type that in right. Kilo Lima Golf Alpha. Good. K-Bus. We're back to K-Bus for our alternate. And we're an A320. A320-200? Oh, A320-200. Okay. And that is all really I'm going to put in there and get rid of some of that stuff. We're departing. Runway 22 right. And we're arriving into runway 22. Into LaGuardia. Happy days. let's see what flight plan we'll get. See, you know, a straight line, please. Give me a straight line. No. This one? No, it always seems to go up here for some reason. Look, it's a busy place, so I would imagine that's going to be an issue. That's a bit straighter. That'll do. Let's generate that flight plan, and if it doesn't go well, we'll wing it. Well, with you learn a lot. I learned everything by winging it and having mistakes and fixing them. You guys helped me quite a bit, which is nice. Nose it up into the cloud. And get rid of you. Well, let's just have a look here first. Okay, the bit I want to get to is down here. Boop, boop, boop. Is that right? That's all good. Okay. It doesn't seem to give us, you know, it doesn't seem to give us departure and an approach there. That makes me a little bit nervous. You know, why is that? You know, why isn't there an approach there? Let's get my face cam on here. There we go. Yeah, it hasn't given us, you know, that's, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let me just have a look at these again. Let's just go new flight very quickly. I just put on our arrival departure here very quickly. K-bus. 2 Kilo Lima Golf Alpha. Let's get the right airframe in here. Let's have a look and see what we got here. That looks like it has an arrival and departure, I'm thinking. You know, although it does go up a little bit, fine, you know. Let's just see what that gives. Generate the flight plan. We can always cut, you know, we can cut a bit off it just by going direct, you see. That's what I'm thinking. But I just like a departure and arrival. No, I've missed it. There we go. That looks like... where's the arrival though? Let's try this. Let's see what happens, okay? Let's just see what happens. So 22 right and coming into runway 22. Great. Into LaGuardia. Right, let's get that organized. Let's hop into the cockpit, folks. Let's get this puppy started up. Let's go as per the checklist because you were saying before I didn't follow the checklist properly. Let's get our pages back here. I'm not learning any checklists off by heart yet. Okay, park it now. Very important, get all my controls set up. Get your controls set up because it causes some problems. Let's get rid of that armrest. Engines are off and starters are on neutral. Brakes, flaps are up, brakes are set, and we've got our detents working fine. Back to neutral, happy days. Anything else? No. Gears down and set. Great. Okay, so park and brake, yeah. Wipers are off. Spoilers are off. Engine masters are both off. Engine mode selectors back to normal. Thrust levers are idle. Flaps are retracted. Anti-skid is on. And landing gears down and checked. Fuel quantity check. It is given us fuel in the flight plan for our diversion, etc., etc. Battery master 1 and 2 on. Now here's where I'm thinking. You know, maybe you should check the wipers here first. It doesn't have that in my checklist. You know, so I've done that now. So happy days. Battery 1 and 2 on. We have external power available. Strobe lights to auto. ADRS, let's align those puppies. I'm going to switch them off and then on, so it's instant. Or on and then off, should I say. Let's get some lightage in here. There we go. Good. I'll have some of you. I'll have some of you. This will only take a second, of course. If you had your fingers in the sim, wouldn't that be great? does take a bit longer when you're using a mouse, folks, doesn't it? It takes an awful lot longer while you're using a mouse. Let's get this chopper stuff up here. Wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, to use some of his stuff. There we go. More lights up top. An awkward cough there from the first officer. Let's get the dome lights on. And APU engine fire test. Okay, that's fine. Instruments display bike was done. Safety belt sign on. No smoking sign. Okay, fine. Oh god. Annunciator lights test. Okay, we'll say you tested the annunciator lights, and then let's have a look at our flight plan, which is the big bit. So init request. While that's loading up, let's get our plan mode on, and let's use 40. Let's go to flight plan now. Let's get our departure. Departure for Kavas. We are departing runway 22 right. 22 right. And our departure. Please be there, departure. Departure. It's going to be Pat 6. Pat 6. Oops. There it is. Boom. Insert. And that looks clean to me. Off we go. And around and out. Okay, let's get our arrival sorted out. Arrival. We are arriving into runway 22. ILS 22, thank you. And the arrival, please be there. Looks like harp. You know, there should be something else there, but is there a harp there? Yes, there is. There's a harp 3. So that would make sense. Is there harp 2? No, so it's just harp 3. That would make sense to me then. Boom. Boom. Now let's check that. Let's get rid of all those messages there. And let's make sure there's no discontinuities. So we're on arc, we're on 40, and all we have to do now is go boom, boom. Actually, it'd be quicker to do it this way, I think. Okay, come on. A straight in approach, it looks like to me. No, we've got discontinuity. Okay, so let's delete him and see where that brings us. Clear. Boop. Nope. Clear. Boop. Oh, right on. Right plan. This is why I don't do this. I do this before the stream usually. Manual. Can I clear that? Maybe it won't let me. Not allowed. So for some reason there's not a join up there, and I couldn't tell you why, but oh, that's the go round. What am I talking about? So it takes us straight in. Sorry folks. Where's the audio there? Is it? Looks like it. That's it there. So we're fine. That's all good. Straight in approach, as I said. Okay, just a brain fart. Okay, great. Nip page 1. Great. So let's go to check battery 1 and 2, battery mass, strobe lights. Okay, let's get back up. Battery 1 and 2, external powers on, strobe lights. I did. ADRS I checked. Fire test done. Safety belt signs. I think I put those. Yes, I did. Let's put design on. Emergency exit lights. Annunciator lights, okay, we test those. And page 1. Page 1. Let's push in flight number 01. Cost index will go 55. Cruise level is going to be where are you? To 27,000 feet. Let's take 27,000 feet. Sorry, folks. 27,000. Okay, could have been just 270 there, couldn't I? The temperature looks about right. Happy days. Flight plan we've done. RatNav, that's going to be our ILS for departure there. Oh, it has VOR one only. Okay. Interesting. Just the buttons doing things that you shouldn't be doing. Good. Run off init page 2. Let's go to init page 2. Right, let's load up our aircraft. So let's hit this here. Let's load this puppy up. Come on. Why is simulating a loading page? That's very sad. Import for sim brief. Please ensure fuel units you're ordering match. Oh, here we are, because we're in America, folks. Because we're in America. You know, here we go. I forgot about all this. Units. And I want kilograms, please. Let's go back to my flight. Okay, no errors there now. Great, okay. And QH is... Oh, we're back to America now. I forgot about this bit, folks. Oh dear. I just can't put my eyes on it. Where is their Q inches of mercury? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the phone. I'm going to stay with Q&H, folks. I'm going to stay with Q&H. So we are leaving. Okay, boss. I'm just looking at the weather on my phone here. And the Q&H is 1002. No pressure. Nope. 1002. And 1002. That was just telling me that I missed a line there, that's all. Good. I'll just put this up to 18,000 feet, which is... It's usually the transition layer in America, no? Which is indeed very high. Good. Let's load up this airplane. That's where we were. Okay, so... mass and ballots. And load aircraft. Instantly, please. Magic. Happy days. Our zero fuel weight is 61.1. 61.1 slash 31.1 zero fuel gravity. 31.1. Boom. Block's taken in for the flight plan. Block fuel. It'll take a second. 3.3, confirm that. And let's go then to page 2. We're in page 2. Okay, great, of course. And performance. V-speeds, etc. So, I'm going to come out here into performance, departure performance. Boarding is now complete. We're taking off runway 22 right. Surface is dry, flap config. I want to take off one flap. No forced toga. Let's load that up. Let's load the weather. Altimeter settings 2958. Okay. And let's calculate that, shall we? VZ1 is going to be 137 and 140 for the rest. 137. Boom. 140. And 140. Good. Flaps, it's going to be 1 and down 2. Flaps is going to be 1 slash DN0.2. Boom. Flex to temp. Flex to temp is 56. 56. Boom. Engine out. Not too sure about that. And that is the performance for takeoff. We'll worry about approach when we get there. Predicted wind shear is to be on. Put on auto. And barometric preference is already set. The VFR, ADF fine, FCDU altitude of set that speed, and heading is going to be managed. IRS alignment is checked. EFIS arc 10 miles, okay, I'll worry about that later. And flight directors both on. So flight directors both on, 1 and 2. Let's get the APU started up, and let's not forget to switch it off this time. Master on, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Boom, we need the beacon to come on. Crew oxygen supply for breathing purposes would be great. There it is there. Fuel pumps, we need that to, you know, we need those. Otherwise we won't be going anywhere. Air conditioning, yeah, okay, well, it's a simulator. I'm not really concerned about that. Navigation lights on. We put the tail light on as well. Once the APU is available, we put on the APU bleed. It's just opening up there now. As you can see outside. Lonely Reapers flying with us, folks. Lonely Reapers with us still. Let's see if anyone, folks from America comes on. Flight Planes is with us as well. And so is Alan Blant. Alan, greetings, Air Force. Someone just took off there. I love that traffic mod. I love it. Happy days. Producer Buttons is looking at me as if to say, you know, as if to say, you're not on usually this. You're not on this long usually. You know, she's a little bit unimpressed. Oh, maybe I should let her outside for a bit, folks. I'm sorry about this. I haven't streamed one after the other. I think it would be wise to let Buttons outside for 2 minutes, okay? So I'm going to do that, and we'll get ready for taxi, and then I'll back in if you don't mind. So back in 1 minute. Do you want to go outside? Okay. Hey Siri, set timer 3 minutes. So can't leave the dog out there for too long. Cold. Right. Okay, so where are we there now? We're going to get Pushback now shortly. Right off cockpit door. Okay, fine. Parametric reference. Blah 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 blah. Flight directors both on. That's where I was. APU master just came on. Yeah. Crew oxygen supply was on. Fuel pumps was on. Air conditioning was on. Nav lights. External power off. There we go. And beacon light on. I think I put that on there a minute ago, didn't I? Put on the beacon light, yes I did. Now let's start those engines up. So, engine number 2. Let's get the ignition to start. Engine number 2. While that's kicking off, let's get a pushback. I'm going to go straight back, because this is a very long, complicated taxi, but I'm just going to get the flight sim to tell me where to go. So let's get all the cones and chocks away, get rid of the GPU, get rid of the chocks and cones, connect the tug. Takes him a while. And actually, while we're here, well, actually, right? I think we can use Avograph for this. You know, we are in KBus. Let's go and get the taxi instructions. Pop is down further, I think, apart from the gates. It's one of these that will actually show you physically where you are on the sim. If I hit this button here. There we go. So we want to go to runway, as we said, what was it, 22? 22 right, so boat 22. So 22. Okay. We're going to come all the way up here. So we want to have our nose to the right. Okay, let's do that then. Let's have our nose to the right. back. Start please. Off. And back we go. Let's get on engine number 1 now. Number 1. Guess what happened there? Producer buttons just don't want to come in just yet, so we'll get a taxi. We'll go to the end of the runway and have to check again. Sorry about that, folks, but life is life. What can we do? Okay, let's begin taxiing. Screen looks good. Let's add a little bit of power, park and brake off. Taxi forward a little bit. Very nice. Good, and 4 shits and giggles. Let's get the tower to give us taxi instructions. Oh my god, look at that. We're to the taxi hold short of runway 33 left. Using taxiway Alpha. Okay, we'll just follow the yellow brick road, shall we? For now, we'll follow the yellow brick road. Okay, let's go. Oh, I didn't acknowledge it though, did I? No. There we go. Okay, let's rock and roll. Rock break off. Add some power. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to get number from here. I'm going to take the next left here. Oh, I can't, can I? That's a runway. Okay, I see what's happening now. I'm looking at the other screen here for the taxiways. I could have gone off that time. I'm taking next left here. No, go straight. So I'm going to come up around this corner here. This is very handy, you know. If you're on VATSIM, this is going to be gold dust, really. And I believe they have something like this in some of the real aircraft. They have actually a map of the taxis, you know, which is just... Because, you know, in all fairness, in these times, taxiing has gotten more and more complicated. In modern times. Because back in the 60s, 70s, we didn't have this complicated, you know, this amount of runways and taxiways. So it's gotten very complicated. Now I took a wrong turn there, which is a real pain in the neck. I should have crossed the runway, which is behind me, but I didn't see that. So that's producer buttons coming in there. Sorry, that'll be the last interruption now, folks. So I'm going to put the parker brake on, and I'll be getting producer buttons back in, and then I'll make any interruptions. Let your poor producer forward. So I took a wrong turn, and we are going to go and turn around, folks. Power first. I don't know, power. Yeah, that'd be embarrassing. That would be embarrassing. I forgot to cross the runway. Come on. So I reckon I'll have to take a left here and another left. That's what's going to happen. Good. Oh, I'm going very taxiing very fast. The passengers now be thrown around. Goodo. Do you know? There we go. That is the taxiway. I should have come down there. That is. This one. So right, left. Let's see, we got clearance. Very nice scenery. Very nice scenery. I thought the dog brought in something there, a surprise for person. Okay, taxiing is probably the most boring part of the. I don't know, some people find it interesting. Okay, let's get some lights and stuff on and get my headset on so we can hear the sim. That's one of our guys behind her, I think. Let's put her up. Just curious now to see if anyone from the States comes on. No, that isn't one of ours. That is actually air traffic there. Now we're in the right place. So all the way up to the top here and then to the right and we're good to go. Crossing another runway now. It's actually very interesting taxiing around here, I have to say. It's very... there's a lot of activity. Do you know? There is a lot of activity of aircraft coming into land, aircraft taxiing. There's Lonely Reaper there behind. So the one in front there is just... I don't know why it's giving off smoke. Looks all good. We'll have to wait behind this guy and that's I'm happy with that. And do some checks before we go and switch on some lights and whatnot. An aircraft coming in up in the distance. Is he going to enter the runway now? He enters the runway now. That makes no sense to me. That's terrible, isn't it? Will that other aircraft go around like an X-plane? Oh, he's going the other runway. Because they're parallel, aren't they? How foolish of me. So he didn't infringe on the runway there. That other aircraft is going to the left runway. Juice the buttons, please stop doing that. And just hop into your bed and be quiet. Thank you very much. There's an aircraft coming to land the other runway. How cool is that? Let's go to a halt here. Very nice. Put the park brake on. Let that aircraft take off. Yeah, it's kind of interesting sitting here, watching all the traffic. You know? There's another one coming up. Okay, so let us get ready. Transponder. Now, let's say we're lined up and wait, okay? Line up and wait. Usually they'll have us wait, park brake off. Let's line up and wait and do all that stuff. Usually that's happened by either the first officer or the pilot non-flying would be switching all that stuff on now, you know? If I look down now, I'm stuffed. You know? For example. Let's... Come on. Landing lights on. Come on. On. Again. We got a transponder. And... well, that was actually our TCAS, and transponder's now on. Nose light to take off. Well, and return lights are already on. You see what happens? That's what happens. That's what happens. Very, very difficult to do that while you're moving. And we got rudder problems. Come on. Line up on that runway, Mr. Airbus. Computer. Machine. Yep. Okay. Line up and wait. And we're waiting. In H1012, 12, 12. And let's just make sure this is 12 for S's and G's as well. Okay, now check this. Transponder I did. Robe window heat is on auto. Spoilers armed for the rejected takeoff. Let's put our max brakes are already on. Flaps are set to take off. Yes, they are. Anti-ice fine. Auto brake is on. Nose lights on. Runway turn off lights are on. Yep. Park by set weather radar on. Weather radar on. Although it isn't actually implemented just yet. Anyway, is that off? I switched that on earlier on. Let's get system 1 there. Chrono takeoff config. Takeoff config, please. 80,000 feet is set. Chrono start. And let's go, folks. Let's rock and roll. So power up to 40% there, thereabouts. Make sure the engines are spooling up at the same rate and they're at the same place. There we go. All the lights are green. Let's rock and roll. Full power. Gently up to flex. Flex is active. And off we go. Happy days. Airspeed's alive now. Pushing forward on the stick. And 100 knots. God, this is a short runway. 120 knots now. Come on, accelerate. Nothing's happening. Come on. P1. Rotate. And up we go. Up we go. Nice. Yeah, 15 degrees. Up we go. 15 degrees. Positive rate. Gear up. Up we go. Very nice. I'm going to start the turn. I'll do it manually now for a bit. And because I'm doing it manually, I know I will be late with the after takeoff checklist. Gears up. That's the most important one. feet back to climb. Climb detent is set. I'll stick the autopilot on now. Autopilot on, feet off the pedals. And we're up. We're out of here. After takeoff checklist. Very nice. Everything's working very nice. Gears up, flaps are going to come up shortly. Spoilers disarm. Auto brake off. Auto brake off. Auto balance on, nose light off, and when we turn off, lights off. Nose light off, and we turn off. Lights off. There you go. Climb, barometric reference is set 1002. Above 10,000 feet, we'll take the landing lights off, and 18,000 feet is the transition altitude. Anti-ice safety belt sign off. That's when we get up a little bit higher. There we go. Let's have a look outside of Boston, folks, before we disappear out of it altogether. There we go. Different weather in this part of the world, folks. Let's get some eye candy going here just for the moment, so I can at least take some sips out of my drink. Just checking. Flaps coming up now. Flaps up, gripper sim. Flaps coming up. Oh. I was a little bit late with the flaps, so that's okay. Let's clear up the cameras there and get some eye candy action in here. Let's get some lights on as well, some more lights. So I'll switch off those cams for the moment. The buttons cam. That cam. And my face, actually, leave buttons cam on there. So, let's see what she gets up to. I love the way it's gotten all dark now. It's in the morning now in, you know, this part of the world. 4,000 feet, we're climbing like a bat out of hell. I love the way it came out of the clouds like that. That's one of the boys with us. Let's have a look outside. Look at that. How cool is that? Right, to the chat. YouTube first. Let's have a look. Clapping these getting stuttering in YouTube. It seems fine for me here. Floppy D. I'm sure that was a while ago. Lawyer Taylor, welcome. Oh, I know there is a SimBrief profile for the Fenix. Lawyer says. L-I-O-R. Welcome, Lawyer Taylor. Dale Hoover's with us on YouTube as well. Hey ho, and greetings to you as well, Dale Hoover. Alan Blanche. Yeah, it's... Oh, you're answering someone else there, Alan. Greetings, Script, Alan says, and greetings back to you, Alan. Floppy D, the only happening on Gripper stream might be to switch to Twitch. Sometimes you might reset your it might be your... It could be so many things. I'm getting good indications here, thank God. Flight Plane says, I was the one in front of you. No, I didn't infringe on the runway. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, I just... You know... Of course you wouldn't. Flight Planes. Okay, we're off, folks. Let's check and stuff and things. 11,000 feet. Let's flick off those lights. Lights all off. Put the safety belts on, which they are. Fine. And we'll come to 18,000 feet, which is transition. We'll go to standard. Let's get our Let's get our weather ready for arrival. Just got my eyes on the inches of mercury. You know, is it 20? No. Interesting. I'm going to stick to Q and H if you don't mind. Or should I just keep it realistic? Now, which one is the damn Q and H, the inches of mercury? It's a little bit of a different one in America with their laughs and tops, okay? So let's just, I'm just looking at my phone here. We are going to Kilo Lima Golf Alpha Laguardia. QNH is 1004. Let's stick to what I know for the moment. I'm going to stick that in here. Okay, I've got to be quick now, folks, because I'll tell you why. 210 miles to go. So let's get all the stuff and things plugged in here. Let's go to performance. Let's go to, it's going to be a quick one. It'll be busy. Approach, QNH is 1004, I said. Temperature. Temperature is, come on, 13 degrees. Winds. 240 at 8 knots, nothing to speak of. Transition 18,000 feet. Speaking of the devil, let's go up to, what was it? Let's just go up to 24,000 feet for the moment. Let's switch to standard. 1 and 2. Rotate up to flight level. Zoom out a little bit on this guy. We're good for now. Our approach. Transition's 2,000 feet, so our approach. going to try Cat 3. Do you want Cat 3 in this runway? Negative. Negative for the Cat 3 there, I think. Height of the runway is 21 feet. Wow, I'm going to be flooded soon. 21 feet. Is it really 20? Yeah, of course it is. 21 feet, so 200 on the radio, please. 200 on the radio. That's that done. Let's have a look outside. Very nice. Let's have a quick look at the chat. So we're going from Boston to LaGuardia. We're going to LaGuardia out there, Dale Hoover. Yeah, those of you who've just joined, probably a little bit confusing for you. We did the first leg. We did our first leg as advertised from Fenix to Seville. And I said I'd keep going. You know? So that's the confusion there. I'm just curious to keep going, folks, to see if we get anyone joining from America, you know? Only Reaper's back. Just again, we're going from Boston, Kilo Bravo Oscar Sierra, to LaGuardia, Kilo Lima Golf Alpha. I'm just curious to see if you'd see anyone else from America. You know, since it's getting brighter there now and whatnot. I just extended the stream effectively, that's what I've done. Right, we're just at the top of climb now. Let's zoom in a little bit and get ready for coming in. Okay, so it's a quick one, alright. It certainly is a quick one. Checklist. Climb is done. FCU altitude, now we can set. We're going to go down to the ILS, which is going to be at a base altitude of 1900 feet. I'll put on the constraints here. So we're going to go down to 1900 feet. 1000. Boom. 900. Good. We're not descending just yet. We're on the cruise, so I'm just getting ready. Anti-ice is fine. Barometric reference is all fine. We've got our lights off. I pitched the safety belt sign off. I did not. Lights are off. That's all fine. Q&H is good. We're on standard. We're in cruise now. So our cruise checklist, I've pretty much done almost everything. So select approach. Approach is selected. Up to 71 miles to go. Approach looks good and is selected as planned. QNH temperature fine, winds, transition altitude check minimums and landing and fake. We've done it already pretty much now. I know there's a lot more to it than the real thing. I have no doubt. Let's do our little calculation thing. I got it just right on the ball last time. So we're 24,000 feet, so 24 multiplied by 3 is 72 plus 10, which equals 82. I'm going to subtract 2 from that, so 80 knots, 80, I'm betting about 80, maybe 81 nautical miles out, we will be right at this point here, which is our descent. It looks very close to the runway, you know, but is it? That's 80 miles out now to that point. We'll just go with it, and if it all goes wrong, we'll just go around. Just go around if that's the the case. Did I put the... I didn't put on some of the lights, did I? One of the dome lights to bright? Yeah. It's very dull in here. That's because it's very bright outside, maybe. I did leave that the floodlight. I didn't put on all the lights, obviously. More lights up here. Some more lights up here. That's on, and the dome light is on. Okay. Let's just check that we're on live weather here. Because in the past I have, yeah, we're all live weather real time. Good. So we're in, folks. We're in America, folks. Let's get the face cam on. Oh, good. Let's have a look at YouTube chat there. Glare screen lights, Del Hoover says. Glare screen lights. Can we put the glare shield down? I know we can put this one down. I know we can put that one down over there. But I can't see to get one here. There's one there. There is one here. Here it is. Blocks. That's good for, you know, practicing your ILSs, because you can't see a thing outside that, can you? I'd like to move that over here, you see. Can that be done? No. No, it doesn't appear to be. Excellent. Let's have a look here. And we're 150 nautical miles out. So what did I say? 80 miles out, I'm guessing. 81 miles for shits and giggles. We're going to start our descent, and we are now currently 140 nautical miles out. There must be something else to do here. It's interesting because with the twin, if you're not doing something, if you're sitting there with nothing to do, you're missing something. Yeah. I could kind of get half ready for approach, couldn't I? On the brakes, on the speed brakes. Yeah, I don't know if that's allowed. It'll only go on to medium. That's that done. So let's get some eye candy out in folks. Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick look at Twitch here. Oops, sorry folks. Look at Twitch here. I would like to raid somebody at the end, because I haven't done that for ages. Partially because I'm not too sure how to do it, I can't remember. Let's have a look here at... can I get that? Twitch here on its own. I'm thinking ahead here, we're going to raid somebody.
Listen, we're going to try again.
Yeah, I want Microsoft Flight Simulator. There we go. So who have we got on Microsoft Flight Simulator? We have a guy called Black Box is on. And a chap called The Push Continues. That's ATC. We've got EasyJet Sim Pilot on. And we have Floating the Wilga in Alaska jet. He looks, yeah. He looks interesting though. Looks interesting. What is he wearing? Let's go into an ad. By the way, folks, if you see ads in this and they're annoying you, let me know, will you? Because I don't know how many... I don't know what they're doing with the ads, and I'm worried I clicked on something the other day that has too many ads on. So let me know if you see lots of ads there. I'm trying to watch this guy now. There's an ad blocking my way. It's only 30 seconds. You know, and I'm supporting him now by watching the ad, so I'm not too displeased. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's just wearing a big cap. That's funny. Okay, cool. Who else do we have? One or two on. It's very early in the morning though in America. Long haul, flying doctor. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of people on in America for flight sim. Here I am. Okay. So how? I'm gonna go to the juicer here. Let's get. Raid channel. Okay, we're going to try that before we go, folks. We're going to raid somebody. Back to the chat here. Let's have a look at the Twitch chat there. That's that ready. Nothing new there. And anything new on YouTube there in the comments. Dale Hoover lives in Florida. Yes, he's saying it's 3 o'clock in the evening there. So that's good. Right, so 121 miles to go entirely. Oh, look what I haven't done though, folks. See all this stuff you got to change. I haven't changed this here. No wonder people are getting confused. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So K-Boss 2 KLGA. So I think a long stream in the evening might be a little bit too much. There you go. So now that time should look a little bit more realistic. Time to go 12 minutes. I don't know about that either. It's not 12 minutes, surely. Surely, folks, but at least we got the right departure and arrival. No wonder you're all getting confused. That's my fault. Let's put on the train radar here on the first officer side. So we're now 115 nautical miles out. So we're just cruising. We're just cruising, folks. I'll just take my face away from the moment. I'll get some and take the way buttons cam there. Interesting enough, I would say a lot of people would commute from. I know this in America, just by listening to the news and whatnot. People commute in jets like we do on buses. You know, they probably pick up people commuting from Boston to New York every day and going home with the jet every day. Would you say? Does anyone commute in a jet? Or has anyone ever done it? Icebird, sorry, I missed a whole lot of comments from you there. Are you still with us? I don't know. Oh, you are. I do use FSLTL. Yes, I do indeed. It's FSLTL. That's probably our problem from before, I'd say, you know. I could try and reset it. I don't think there's any need though, but that was from way before. So I'll try that next time if that happens in the replay for the next landing. It's very cold in this part of the world now. Winter time after Christmas, I can tell you, I've been to New York and oh my god, is it hot. It's, is it cold? It's very, very, very cold. It's nowhere near as cold as it is in Ireland. It's more wet in Ireland. I suppose it is in New York as well, but New York is very cold in the winter. Shockingly cold. So we have less than 20 miles to our descent point. I set my altitude. I can remember at 18,000 feet. I'm going to switch to QNH. The QNH in Boston is 1004. Let's double check that. Let's refresh. Guardia 1004 on the hectopascals there, folks. So we use hectopascals. So for descent, all I gotta do is hit this button here. I got my constraints on. Doesn't seem to be initial constraints except for the usual 250 knots below 10,000 feet. Or is it 18 in America? No. Just having my tea here if you don't mind, folks. That's why I have the camera off. So 93 miles to go. So I said 81 nautical miles out. Let's see if that's anyway close. So what I did, folks, I took 24, multiplied that by 3, added 10, and subtracted the height of the profile for the ILS. This is a rough guess. 80 nautical miles. I added 1 for shits and giggles. It's around about there. So we'll start our turn now shortly. In about 10 miles. In fact, we're going to start it now. $10 miles, 8 miles now towards descent. I don't know if you can hear the people in the background chatting, but they're there. So I think in the morning I have time to learn something new, and I wonder, will I try the 737 now for the evening stream at 5 o'clock Irish time. So I think that's what will happen, just for possibly that's what will happen. I've already put the auto brake on, and I've already on the spoilers there just ahead of time there. I really want to start slowing down. What index did I use here? 55. Okay, let's keep that going now. 80 miles to go, so I was a little bit out by about 3 miles or so. But that's not bad. You know, here we're going to descend now any second. So I said 80, and we're at 79. 79 miles out, so not bad, folks. Actually, I said 81, so that's not bad at all. I'm quite pleased with that calculation. Let's begin our descent. Why won't it descend? There we go. We're descending. A little bit below the profile, but I kind of randomly selected 24,000 feet. Okay, we're going to get all the cameras back on for approach now. We'll do our approach checklist. So I think now I can comfortably fly the Airbus from A to B, folks. This is the beginning of my 4th week. First day of the 4th week. I'm going to throw myself into the... I'm going to keep going with the Airbus, obviously. The next for me is to go around to the Airbus and all that kind of stuff. So tomorrow I'm just going to kick off the 747 for a bit of variety, I'm hoping. When will we come back on to our... Let's just check something. Okay, we're going to be on profile in about 5 miles, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. See this squiggly line there? That's the profile that we should be on. Let's get all the cameras on here. There we go. And we're flying for half an hour only. So it's a reasonable trip, bus ride trip, you know. So we'll get the profile very shortly now. And we're on profile. Here comes the dot coming down here. That is the profile, and we're going to follow that dot all the way down. our descent profile, or should I say our vertical navigation profile. The throttle's actually idle there, so but we're in the right speed range. That's what it should be doing. It should be coming down and idle, because who needs fuel when you can turn that height into energy, you know? You know what I mean? So that's what the Airbus does. And all aircraft, really. I do that in the small little aircrafts as well. You know, sometimes. I used to do it a lot. But they didn't seem to care. The operators didn't care. It's like, so what? Just don't save themselves fuel. Fine. Don't save yourself fuel. You know? That's what I used to do all the time. I glide from miles out. But you can't do that all the time because you're with students, you see. So it's only when you're flying with what's called an intro flight. For their first flight, you take over for the approach and landing, of course. And I used to do that all the time. You'd save quite a lot of fuel, actually. And the engine time as well. So I used to enjoy doing that to see, because there's a tachometer in the engine, how much you know you're using in the engine. It has to be serviced every 50 hours, so the less servicing, the better. So I go on half-hour flight. My record was 0.1 at the tacho, which was interesting. Now it obviously rolled over to 2 just about after I'd landed, I'd say. So let's say 0.2, half an hour flight, not bad, and I probably didn't burn very much fuel at all. So coming down, passing 19,000 feet. So let's say we're cleared now to 1,900 feet for shits and giggles, or a flight level below that. So then I can go to standard, which is QNH 1004. In 1004. Number 2. 004. There we go. QNH is set. We're going to take one more turn now, and we're on final all the way down. Let's do a descent checklist now. Set. I've pretty much done all of it. FCD altitude safety belt sign. I suppose it's a good time to put it on now. On. Anti-ice is required. No icing to speak of. Barometric reference. We've set that when lowered 10,000 feet. Landing lights on. We're at 16,000 feet now. We're coming down nice and fast. Anti-range constraints on. ILS. Let's make sure we get the right ILS configured here in our RadNav. 110.5. And we have 110.5. And approach course 224 degrees. Approach course 225. I don't know why it's always a 1 degree. I'm only guessing that it's difference between magnetic and true north. So that's all set. I'm happy with that. Intercept heading, and then we're on the ILS. So next stage is coming past 10,000 feet to put the landing lights on. Activate approach mode. Probably telling us already. No, not yet. No approach mode yet. And there we go. I haven't tried. I remember ages ago telling you that once I know how to fly this, I'm going to try it in the VR, because you don't have to take the helmet off at all. Look at that scenery. And I'm dying to try it in the VR headset. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. Okay. We're coming in now, folks. Let's zoom in a little bit. We're on profile. And we're on speed. All very nice. No messages. Everything's in the green. Ground spoiler, arms, safety belts, and no smoking signs are on. I'm waiting for 10,000 feet now for the landing lights, and that's it as far as I'm aware. So now I have a lot more capacity than I did when I started the Airbus. You know. It's the go rounds, engine failures after takeoff, and then we get on to the abnormal checklist, which would be nice. 42 miles to go now. Let's switch on the LS. We got a signal. We have a India Uniform Romeo Delta. India Uniform Romeo Delta. 110.5, 110.5, and it's 19 miles out. All very nice. So it looks like we're going to hit our profile in plenty of time. We want to get below the glide slope. I don't see the glide slope yet, but I can see the localizer. So it's a nice straight in approach. So we're coming in runway 22, and it's almost a straight in approach, folks. As you can see here, that little arrow. See that little arrow? That's when we're I'm going to be on the ILS roughly about there, I think that means. Let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. See the little blue line there? 1900 feet is a constraint there. 3000 feet is a constraint. So we're above that. We're still above the glide slope. Nah, I think that this arrow's meaning here, I'm guessing. That's when we will be on the glide slope. But it looks very close, folks. That's just 5 miles out or so. So I'm a little bit perturbed with that. Always dead ahead there. Right. I think we're a bit. I think I may have messed up my flight plan. I've messed up my flight plan, folks. So what we're going to do is it's saying we're on profile. Oh, do we go past it and then in again? You know? It did look a bit odd. If I go to our plan mode here, look. Yeah, that's not right. That ain't right. There's no way that's right. There's no way that's right. So let's put the landing lights on anyway, and we may have to do a bit of manual hokey pokey here. There's LaGuardia there, it's just a few miles away. Yeah. Remote please. And let's switch us around onto a base. So oddly enough, that approach didn't quite work for us today, folks. I don't know if it's a sim or something I did wrong. I'm going to turn base here. I'm going to keep going down to 4,000 feet. Didn't quite work as I expected. Why that is, I don't know. There is a discontinuity here though, so I wonder is it broken somewhere along the line that I couldn't actually zoom in and see. So what I'm going to do is at some point I'm going to go direct to Cranley. Let's just keep the altitude maybe at 5,000 feet. A little bit higher than that actually. Let's go to 6,000 feet. Actually even 7. Let's go direct now to... Actually I'll come out a little bit further. Let's change our heading a little bit. We're going to come out a good bit. Assuming we've got radar vectors. And we're going to go out here a bit, well maybe a bit past Cranley, at least we can turn onto it. And then we come out, so we're 8.2 miles away, so that would never have worked. Would never have worked. We got Spirit there, beside us. So no panic when things go wrong. No panic at all. Let's turn in a little bit more. Let's say we got a heading roughly of 020. Oops. 020 from ATC. Descend down to 7,000 feet. Let's go down to 5. The down arrow pulls towards you, which means you're controlling the autopilot. Pushing it in is manage mode, which is the up arrow. The speed I'm leaving as managed. Okay, now let's go north. Or sorry, 020 030 or even 040. The beauty of VATSIM is if there's someone online, they give you radar vectors, you know, and it's very rare this kind of thing will happen, but I don't know why that happened. There was a flight plan discontinuity there, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to come parallel to Cranley here, or Crawley. Oh, what happened? Why am I only live for 3 minutes? It's saying here I'm only live. Did we get broken up the stream there, folks? Are you all there? Is everyone there? Yeah, Producer Buttons isn't pleased. Did the stream stop there and begin again, folks, for some reason? Anybody? So everyone's gone to bed and it's now 8 o'clock here. Flying Midgey's here. So Flying Midgey, did the stream stop there? Because it's only telling me I've been streaming for 4 minutes. Stream's fine. Yeah, it's weird. Timer seems to have just reset to 4 minutes. Very peculiar. Oh, it did for you, flight planes. Still here, some stuttering. Okay, I got good indications here. There was an interruption briefly. Okay, so split the stream in two. What a pity. Okay, let's get direct to Crawley here. I don't want to give it a big turn though. You know, if I turn now, it's going to have to do, you know, a very large over 180 degree turn down to the ILS. 21 miles. I suppose I could because we're 21 miles in. Let's go direct to Crawley now to do it. It'll happen. So direct to Crawley. Insert. Boom. And that discontinuity seems to have disappeared now. And everything's green and joined up. So that looks nice. I think that was good timing. Then we get on profile again. I'm going to reactivate the managed autopilot for altitude. It doesn't seem to... I think someone said it activates approach mode automatically because it's not asking me anymore to do it. Oh, it is. Activating approach phase. There we go. Maybe that was our problem. I don't think so though. Let's get down to our 1,900 feet now. Slowly but surely. In fact, I'm going to go to management now. No, management please. Uh, 1,900. Constraints are on. So it won't descend below 3,000 feet before here. Or Yami or whatever that is. That is, looks to me like... no, I can't see it there. But there is a flight plan discontinuity. I don't know what that's about. You know, I really don't know what's going on there. That's a peculiar one. We're going to end up being too low. We are now 22 miles out. Let's keep it then at 3,000 feet. So we have a Cat 3 here. No, Cat 3. Cat 2 only. Cat 2, Cat 2, Cat 2 is the most we get out of this one. 20 miles out now. Airport is over here somewhere. all good. So it looks like here, see the star will be back on profile about here. I'm guessing. Oh no, what am I saying? That's when you reach 3,000 feet, that little arrow. That looks a bit neater. What airport is that over there? That would have been nice. Let's have a look at that. Increase the speed of my camera here. Come on. I think that airport would be a little bit too small though for 737. Oh, maybe not. There's one there parked. Look. There's little gates there. I wonder what airport that is. That's interesting. That looks like it might take us, just by looking at the runway there, that might take us, that would have been interesting. So 3,000, and we're under the glide slope, and we're descending at 500 feet a minute. That looks fine to me. I'm not an ATC controller. All we got to do now is hit the approach button. Put on the landing lights, didn't I? Yep. A late stream this evening, folks. Very late stream. Let's say hello to, of course, it's not showing you guys flying along with us, which is very annoying. Got Flying Meiji at the back. And there was another one floating around here somewhere, and I can't see him. There he is. Let's get ready for the gear down view. Okay, folks. $11 miles to go. I'm going to intercept the glide slope down shortly. We'll pop this down and see if I can do a good landing. Here comes the glide slope. When it's in half scale, I'm going to hit the approach button, which is here.
2,500.
2,500 feet. Probably too low, but I'm not, you know, there's no radar factors, so to speak. And both those diamonds are in half scale. I'm going to hit the approach. 9.4 miles out. Why it's so low? You know, I'll hit the approach button now. Let's see what happens. To hell with it. And it should level off. Cat 3 single. Oh, it is Cat 3. Really? Me too. Doesn't tell me in the charts that it's Cat 3, it's Cat 1 or Cat 2 or less. But okay, folks. Run approach. Jeez. Flaps are down, gears down. I wasn't really keeping apprised to what's happening. So a bit too early there. Yeah. There's a runway. Let's turn her down. Flaps 3, feet on the pedals. All looking good. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here now. Full flaps now. Autopilot off. My airplane.
1,000.
Manual now. It's very wavy. I got a wind from the right. Not much of a wind though. Yeah, I know that. Oh, you got a good crosswind from the right, actually. It's okay, I let the wind blow me onto the centre line. Less is more on the controls, folks. I've got to take the throttle back in plenty of time. For 800 feet a minute. Let's beware of that crosswind. 40 knots is good. Getting a little bit low now. But now we're fine.
100 above.
Oh, he's having difficulty landing there, folks. Okay, taking off the auto throttle.
Minimum.
Continue. I want to land early.
100. Speed.
Starting at the runway.
Speed.
There we go.
Recon.
See, I'm zoomed in too much. Zoomed in a little bit too much. I thought I was higher than I realised. Really zoomed in, that doesn't help. It's funny how the views will affect you. And reverse off. It's funny how the view affects you. If you're up here, it looks different. That caught me off guard a little bit on the landing there. We're okay. Let's park up and have a look at that landing. So maybe a view from here would be better instead of this, because you'd be sitting forward looking over the nose, which is a common error. LaGuardia is small. I thought LaGuardia was a big, large airport, folks. I have to admit. It's not so bad. It's quite small. Yeah, it's quite small. Not a lot happening. Pops up. I did the brakes already. Disarm the spoilers. Lights are done. Now, I want to come. It doesn't give me exactly where to go here. I think I'll go straight in here to gate. Give me the gate number then. Oh, we got someone else there, so let's try and avoid him. LaGuardia is small. We'll hop out and have a quick look before the replay. Oh, I didn't do the replay, folks. I didn't have the replay on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, folks. I didn't have the replay on at all. I'll come a little bit more forward. My apologies for that. I think streaming for what I've been on for 2 or 3 hours now. A little bit too much, you know. But without a break or eating. Park break on. So I didn't do the replay. What a pity. I wonder will those gates actually get to us. Let's have a look. Ground services. Throttle gateway. No, it's not going to make it. Not going to make it. Let's see if it can work here. Ground services. Let's share a connection. Okay, fair enough. Well, we get the steps out, shall we? Let's switch off. Oh, didn't put the APU on. Can we connect external? Let's get the power here. Let's get the power.